me get y'all back on in here. Get y'all in this mother. Don't stop playing with me, Smokey. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all tails right back on in here. The fixer is tapping in. At some point in time, she'll be added. She'll send me. I already sent her the link. Um, Let me see. Yes, I'm live. It says I'm live. It's queued up. We're going to get, okay, the fixture's back. Biggie. Okay, there
What
she goes.
happened?
Say it again.
You know what happened?
No, what?
I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let me
I don't
come
know.
back in.
And I don't know enough, you know what I'm saying? I don't know enough to
Well,
to get off in the details about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a, you know, like, what can you do, right?
hopefully you
But
didn't have
anyway,
too many people watching.
say it again.
How many people did you have watching?
It's about 6. We were still cranking up. Oh, they'll be back.
Okay, cool.
If you build it, they will come. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing for sure, right? I actually started off reading an excerpt from this book that I particularly like about the death ground strategy. So we hadn't really particularly warmed up. We'll get some people in this thing right now. It's just you and I, but we'll get this thing. The Giz is in the house. Daddy's Pumpkin, the fixture. We're back. Giz was actually supposed to be asleep, as I was telling y'all. She was taking a nap. She decided that she wanted to be a part of this thing, and so be a part of it she shall. You know what I mean? There's no telling what the Giz will do. This is going to be a very, very interesting evening. Will be on my better behavior because she's here. You know what I'm saying? You know, I tend to behave better when she's here. You know, because she's watching, and I still want to always make sure that I'm setting the example. You know what I'm saying, and making sure my language is intact, things of that nature. For the most part, you know what I'm saying. I try to keep things put like this. I'll tell y'all something. In truth, the best version of me is, I think, when I'm with her. When I'm with my oldest daughter. Funny part about it, when I'm speaking with her, I come off very wise. You know what I mean? All knowing, right? You know, because that's what she needs, right? She needs her father's wisdom. She needs my guidance. She needs me to be able to help her navigate this world to get her desired, desirable outcomes, right? And then when I'm with the Giz, I'm just daddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm whatever the circumstance requires for me to be. I'm not really a nurturer by nature. I think we can all probably attest to that. However, be that as it may, it's very important for me to always be able to execute. And since I don't like making excuses and I don't believe in them, I think it's very important to get things done no matter the circumstance. All right. So that's, you know what I'm saying, brother. Oh, that joker jumped to 20. Oh, it's 20 of you jokers up in here. What's happening? What's happening, everybody?
See this promo?
Shout out to everybody.
Should I play this promo since YouTube is blocking me from playing this promo, and I just love what I just did tonight?
I know, Fix. I think you did a great thing. However, I don't really want to risk it because they clearly don't want it shown. You know what I'm saying? They clearly don't want it shown. So we're gonna refrain from that until we know a little bit more about what's available, because we don't want to cut our nose to spite our face. We don't want to start off trying to do too much. You know what I'm saying? So let's kind of milk ourselves, and then we'll work this thing in. The Giz is eating puffs. She loves the puffs. Daddy's Pumpkin. We need a check for this. I'm not naming the puffs, but we definitely need a check. All right, we like checks. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the Giz involved. Also, before I get into this too much, I want to take time out to recognize the fixture again, because we didn't have an opportunity to finish that. So, for you people that are in the chat, get them likes up. I want to thank the fixture specifically, because she's the one who behind the scenes making this thing go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Melly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I mean? Appreciate you for tapping in. You know what I mean? Absolutely appreciate you. I want to shout out everybody. I want to thank everybody. I want to recognize a couple people individually. There was a Thiago pass. I don't know whether she's a. Okay, baby. I'm sorry. You want some more of these? I'm sorry. I didn't know I thought you had enough. I did not know. She likes these things, Fixer. She really likes these. I don't know. You can't have the whole thing, Pumpkin. No, we're not playing. You can have that. No, you're not gonna do it. No, you have to listen to me. I know what to do. You don't know what to do. Jesus freaking Christ. This little girl, I have no idea where she gets this attitude. I'll tell you, Fixer, this disdain
Right,
for
right,
authority, I have no idea where she gets it from. Okay?
right.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, shoot. My bad, my bad, my
Fixer,
bad,
what's
my
going on there?
bad.
Okay, you got your audio together?
Yeah, my bad.
All right,
Sorry.
all right, all right, all right, all right. Now, before we, you know what I'm saying, there was a yeah, okay, let me get back on task. So I also, like I said, want to recognize the people, you know what I'm saying, Celeste, I hope you in here. Celeste C, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to anybody who supports the kid and you know what I'm saying, supports Figure. We absolutely appreciate you at Gizmo and the Goon. And
Melly, we gotta shout out Melly. She was supporting you in the comments, and
she
you
did.
know,
Shout out to man. I did. I recognize her. I see her in there
no,
right
no,
now.
no.
She just
In
spoke.
in these comments, she was on
Oh,
this
I did not
video.
know that.
Yeah, and
I
she
did
was
not
she
know
was
that.
in part.
Wow, wow. I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, Nelly, I cannot thank you enough. I don't know anything about this moderator thing. Figgy was putting me up on it. That may be something if you're interested in. Figgy can figure out how to get that done if you're interested. You want Celeste, you know what I'm saying? We can, you know, you all can help me. We can always say that we were together. Y'all were with me from the beginning. And Awesome always recognizes those because those are the people that truly matter. All right.
But we don't block. We don't block here. We don't
No,
block.
no, 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 no. Let them put it on. Like, I don't. No, 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 no. Let them. No, no, no. Please, no, no. That's the one thing about this comment section that's very different than a lot. I don't care about no smoke, and so whatever you want to say, I am. Let me say this. I think you people need to understand something before you attempt to attack me. I'm a freaking day walker. Let me tell you that. So you better know when you're coming for me, you better know that I am almost impenetrable, right? Especially with things such as barbs and, you know, what you may think about my current circumstances, what I've done, where I am, what I've done, who I've done it with, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. None of that stuff matters to me because in the end, the people that matter to me, they truly care about me and I truly care about them. So clearly, I'm not that bad of a guy, right? Now, that being said, Fixer, let's get this thing moving because we're a little bit behind. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say, and then you know what I mean, I'll take it from there. Please, at your earliest convenience. Figure, by the way, when I say at your
My
earliest convenience,
bad.
I mean do it right then, like
Oh,
that.
I
So,
stepped away for a minute. I was like, I was
okay.
talking. I
You
was
know, hey, Figgy, you know, people like, listen, at your earliest convenience really means right now. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me again what to do. What is it that you want me to do?
Yes, yes. Can you please cue up this gentleman here and the
Yes,
excerpt about me so that way we can make it happen.
I got it prepared. Ready?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. That's me. And here we go.
We almost done. When was your last relationship? I just want to say, first of all, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cutting you off and shit. I'm sorry, Kendra. I don't mean to be cutting you off. When I'm sitting in the bed, be watching them, you be having some characters on there. You hear me? They trying to make me last night with the baby. Oh yeah, awesome took over the week. How you gonna be talking about you a peanut butter cup in a shelter? I hope he made it out of that shelter. Oh, awesome. He did say that. You're right. He did say that. Oh, Kendra, I said what? Listen, but Awesome got the internet streets talking, child. So y'all can say what y'all want to say. He had y'all in the chokehold for like 3 days. I'm gonna show you how you do peanut butter, Awesome.
Oh my God.
No, you're not. This how you do peanut butter? That's how you do peanut butter. That's baby. How you do peanut butter. Chocolate in it. You gotta have some caramel on top of that thing. You hear me? Andrew, what's up, baby? I can't believe I'm here with you when I wasn't ready. I was thinking this shit. I wasn't ready. I'm ready now. Okay. Where was your why was he taking shots at Awesome? That was the guy that was Cause Awesome got on here sounding crazy. Like it's certain shit you gotta be able to provide if you're gonna ask for certain shit. It's a supply and demand. You can't tell me I want a woman that's gonna take care of me or be there for me, and you ain't got nowhere for them to be there for you at. What, they gonna pull up to the shelter? You want them to sign in at the front? That's crazy. You feel me? It's like, let's be logical. I ain't trying to come at my boy, but it's like, man, you doing the wrong thing. You doing the wrong thing. You need to be logging into Indeed, not the Kendra G. You feel me? No. I'm just keeping it real. I'm a realist. Aquarius, it's Aquarius in me. I'm not gonna fake. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna pretend. None of that. Shout out to my boy though. I ain't hating on him though. I hope he makes it out of that shelter.
Right. So I mean, awesome. Honestly, it inspired the after show series that was created because he was so much to unpack and so much conversation was going around it. But I'm gonna say this about Awesome. I don't agree with a lot of things, but I respect his transparency, and a hustler will always make it out, right? So what's gonna be interesting is we saw Awesome in a shelter. Let's really see a year from now if his whole life changed around. It will be documented because it's like, and whether a woman, I mean, there's a lot of reasons I would be concerned, not necessarily the shelter part, because life happens to everybody. I would say this isn't a season for you to date, but I really do think Awesome is going to change his life around. Hustlers always make it out, so we'll see.
I'm proud for my boy though. I hope he do. I hope he make it out and his daughter be good and all that. Like I wish the best on him, but it's certain times in your life when you gotta focus on what's most important. And right now, what's most important should be for him is getting his baby out of the shelter, getting a place over his head, and doing that first. Have a place where you can invite your woman to first before you try to find you a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Chance Johnson on Facebook said, Kendra, just make Jerome a host. I can look at him.
Okay, come on now.
Flat out, I would love to host with you, Kendra. I'll be on here. Break everybody down.
All right. Thank you, Fix. I forgot you had that other part there, so I want to apologize because Figgy did tell me previously that there was 2 parts to that, so I didn't know that it was as long. So I'm glad she meshed that all in together.
That's it, I think. I just wanted to know if they were going to go on about you some more. I think they did.
No, that was it. That's okay. Shout out to the brother. Okay, I'll say this. First of all, I don't want to throw anything directly at anybody. I always like to use these moments as educational tutorial moments because a lot of guys don't really come from the street. And this isn't really a street principle. It's really more so of a man thing. Like Figgy said, it's more of like a bro code, right? And there always been the bro code of I don't never have to tear anyone else down in order to build myself up. You know what I mean? I see a woman, I present myself as I am, and then I shoot my shot. She either accepts it or she doesn't. What I don't do is say, well, your man ain't treating you right. You know what I'm saying? You need to come over here because then that could be taken personal and then things come off of that. Fortunately for myself, you know what I mean? I'm such a warrior and I'm such a different caliber of a guy. These things really don't particularly matter to me. So I'll address it from the top. When he cut her off, you know what I'm saying? She was actually going to get into her interview about you, and you cut her off just to be able to speak about me. That could come off as effeminate, brother. You might have a woman who might say, did you come on a dating show to clout chase? Did you come on here looking for him? Like what's really going on with you? You come on with your shirt off, brother. That's probably not the best look, but that's okay as well if that's what you want to do. I work out as well, but I would never. That's not my thing. I don't believe in. I'm a man of intellect. I'm a man of character. Whether you all believe that or not, I'm a man of guts. So I don't want to project that type of image. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a tool. The brother's obviously handsome. You know what I'm saying? And and I did hear him sing, Fixter. I think he has a really good voice. I think he has an extremely good singing voice. I don't know what he chooses to do with it. However, you know what I mean? I wish the brother the best. I'll never, knock another black man because that's just not really in my nature. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, brother, that's technically what you wore wasn't peanut butter. It was more like a tan and black, but it was nice. You know what I'm saying? So tell me really what it was. I wouldn't mind rocking it, Figgy, because I did like it. You know what I'm saying? Like the jacket, I did like it with the hat. I'm not sure what it was, but it really was nice, right? So, but it was more, I would say, tan than it was black. My daughter, I appreciate your concern. You know what I mean? But you don't really have to, worry about. I would be more concerned about the presentation that I'm presenting. Come on, Pumpkin. Come on, baby. Okay. Gizmo wants some camera time. I would be more concerned with the presentation that I'm presenting as opposed to what another man is doing or isn't doing, because the truth be told, it kind of comes off as like it could be kind of questionable and somebody could question you. And so you don't really want to put yourself in those positions. So that would be my advice to you. I would spend my time. It clearly should put you on the reaction video that I created or the show she created because of me. So, I would that's clearly an opportunity for you to make the most of your situation. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily worry about what another man is or isn't doing. So that would be my game for you, brother. I don't, other than that, I don't have anything else to say in that regard. And I wish you all the best. That's the first and the only time I'll ever address that. Fixter, would you have anything else to add?
Yeah, Kimberly said she likes him. Kimberly in the comments said she
Okay.
likes him. She thought he was cute, cool. I think
Okay.
a lot of people did like him. He has, I mean, I give him an excuse and a blie because he gets a pass because he's just a light-skinned R&B guy.
Okay.
But
Right.
I personally, I don't want someone fighting me for the mirror. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I need a little more masculinity
Okay.
in my man,
Okay.
and I think he like if when things get down to like some if anything was to happen, I think he'd run faster than me. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I
Like
don't okay.
I
All
don't
right.
know if he'd even pick
Right.
me up and run. Maybe he'd pick me up and run, maybe, but I don't know. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, amazing voice, great looking guy, definitely knows how to dress. But I can tell by this, and I'm not hating. It's just I'm just critiquing by watching this live stream. He definitely, really, really, likes to look at himself in the mirror. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
But
Oh, go
nice
ahead,
guy,
Fixer.
though.
My apologies. Go ahead.
That's it. Nice guy.
Okay. Well, and listen, with that being said, you know what I mean. We're going to continue to keep this thing moving. At some point in time, I want to put one in the chat. If you want to, I'm thinking about coming up with this segment called "Fixter's Facts," where she comes on and rants for about 5 minutes about something no one cares about besides her, and so giving her that opportunity. If you're
Oh
interested in
my
that, put a one in
God.
the chat. A two if you're not. I'm sure y'all will put a bunch of twos. So let's see if y'all are interested in that. The 15 of you, Fixtures Facts. I probably will see a bunch of tools if you know what I mean. So that will be that. Now, that being said, Fixter, we're going to keep it moving. And Fixter, you have something that you really that I found, and
Yeah.
I thought it was extremely interesting. So let's keep this thing moving. Say it again.
So yeah, it's on Instagram, and I can't remember the guy's name.
Okay.
He is actually pretty popular.
All right.
But anyways,
Okay.
do you want to premise it? I think you might want to premise it before I just play this thing, because you've talked about this,
Okay.
about being a stepdad to other people's children.
Yes, yes. Well, here's the thing, Fixter. I think some things are self-explanatory, right? And I don't think that I have to, you know what I mean? So let's just cue it up and then kind of go from there. What do you think?
So, okay,
And we
whatever you
kind of
want.
we'll kind of fill in the blanks as we go. All right.
Okay.
Another man's kids. This is another man's kids that tried to step into the situation. And look at this. They're all on one side. They're on one side, and I'm over here by myself. You see that, right? Don't be me. Don't become a stepfather. You have your own kids. That's it. Because you see these kids? These are the same kids that you take care of that turn on you. You see that kid is? Look at it.
Wowzers.
I tell you what, Fixter. You know what? I know we didn't plan this. However, before I give my opinion, what I would like to hear your thoughts on that. I really would, if you don't mind.
Well, okay, when you first started talking about how you shouldn't, like, don't be a stepfather to other people's kids, and you have your reasons because of what had happened, to your parents and your half brothers. So I understand your reasons, but at that time, I'm kind of like, I mean, I know you're not saying not all, but most, but, it's funny. I think it's amazing how God works in the most mysterious ways, because all these things that you said within the week started popping up, like, and going viral. Everything you said on Kendra G started happening in other people's lives and going viral. And this is one of them. This guy, CJ So Cool. He's actually pretty big on Instagram. I don't know exactly who he is, but
Oh, I've heard of him. I don't know, but I've heard of him. Yes.
he is a stepfather to a lot of little stepchildren, and they are ungrateful,
Yes.
to say
Yes.
the least.
Yeah, that's to say the least, right, Vixen? Hey, listen, man, and here's the thing, right? Some things, Fixter really set that up properly. You all saw the video. I think a lot of the video is really self-explanatory. This is the majority of these situations, the overwhelmingly vast majority. Are there a few circumstances that vary? Absolutely. However, by and large, this is what you will get, especially today when children know that even if you put your hands on them, they're going to call the law. You're going to get in trouble. You can barely reprimand them. These teachers, they're so disrespectful to the teachers and the people that are in their lives. It is amazing that these teachers can even do the jobs that like shout out to the team. First of all, when you people want to not shout out to teachers, Fixter, I'm gonna get off on a little bit of a soapbox here. It's amazing to me that this country has money that they can pay some idiot ball player $100 million a year to run, jump, and put a ball in a hoop or to catch, but they can't figure out a way to pay teachers a livable wage so that way they don't have to take side jobs and can focus on giving our children a quality education. This is where you know that society as a whole has really tanked out, because what people will say is children not a priority, children not a future. They'll say that all day and the week, but they won't even give these women, these men who really do this from the passion, because when I was in West Virginia, they actually striked. The teachers you actually had to strike in order to get a pay raise. Like they won't even pay these people, but yet you want these people to go into these classrooms, give their time, energy, and effort to a bunch of ungrateful, undisciplined, mannish, disrespectful children. It is amazing what these people do, and these people need to be recognized. And it's high time these people get their due. See, this is what I'm going to do on my platform here with the Fixters' help, with the Gizmo. I'm telling you, I'm not. Listen, I don't care about anything and how it makes you feel. Your feelings don't matter to me. I'm telling you that right now. So if you don't like it, check out. It don't matter if it's one of y'all in here. But I'm not gonna not tell the truth. And so when I think about that, it's to juxtapose what they do and the sacrifices that they make for what they get. It's an absolute joke. And but to get back on task a little bit, it's just a bad bet. You know what I'm saying? CJ So Cool was a guy who thought he was special, right? And he never truly realized that it really wasn't him. She benefits. He gets all of the Fixter. I swear to God, he gets all of the what did I say? He gets all of the responsibility, but he gets none of the credit. And you see how those children really think about him. They want their daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bottom line. Go ahead, Fixter. You have something to add.
I really should have set it up in the way where, just to go back to what you were saying in Kendra G's show.
Yes.
Here, I think, can I play this?
Yes, go ahead.
Unless
you the
I'm
producer. Man, what the hell you asked me? You the damn producer.
Okay. Oh,
Produce. Or virtuous, Kendra. If they become more virtuous, men rise to the level. You don't have this issue. Just the facts.
All right. This one says you don't get kudos for doing what you're supposed to do.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Family man. Something, Fixer, you really gonna have to figure something out with that. You the Fixer do the best she can, y'all. Pray for her. Gizmo, here, you want some more drink? You want some more drink? The Gizmo has okay. Great, that's great. I gotta get to that because I hear that. I hear that a lot. I always hear that from Black women.
Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm messing this up a little bit.
Okay.
I went to the wrong thing.
Okay. Not at all.
Um,
I know you're
but
doing the best you can.
how about you just reiterate what you were saying
Yes.
on Kendra G regarding like being a stepfather?
Yes. It's just listen. It's simply put. It doesn't from a from if you're just really looking at the numbers, right, and you really just taking it not for what you want it to be, but you really just taking it from the numbers. She has everything to benefit. The children have everything to benefit. However, you don't. And it was the same way with my father. You have to ask yourself, what does a man have to gain? That's what you have to ask yourself, right? What do when in any circumstances, because we have to be selfish in this regard before we can be selfless. I have to think about myself. And I know a lot of people don't particularly like me, and you know what I'm saying, and that's fine. I'm not interested in people liking or disliking me. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it all because in the end, I know that the public is ungrateful and unstable, and the very same people that like you today will hate you tomorrow, and vice versa. So these are principles that my life is built around. So none of this stuff really phases me one way or another. I'm only interested in the facts as they are, and then I let the facts speak for themselves. I don't. My personal opinion about it, you know what I mean? That's that, right? However, what is not undefeated is the information and the facts themselves. And so that's what we quantify everything by. And I'll tell you, only the insane shall fight against the self-evident. You know what I mean? Only an insane person will fight against information that you know. We all know the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I would be a fool in order to debate that with anyone, right? It's just so if anybody wanted to tell me anything different, that like even if you could think of a circumstance that was different, yes, that's that one circumstance. But for every one circumstance that's different than the one that the one that when we just saw, there's the majority of them that are not. They're the majority of them. And I don't blame these children because more women, what they do is every man they're with, they move these men in. They don't, it's not like they vet these men properly. They move these men in the house. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about these women that move these men into the homes with their children, right? They're not their fathers, and y'all trying to play some type of make-believe household where he's daddy because you're mad at the other guy, and you're trying to create some sort of a piece together full house, but it's not because the man who belongs there isn't, because you've pushed him out for whatever reason. Your mouth, your attitude, you didn't know how to get along with anyone, you didn't know how to be quiet, you didn't know how to be helpful, you didn't know how to create an environment that was harmonious. You knew none of that. So now
Okay.
the man has moved on. I'm cooking. Did you say something? My apologies.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So in truth, what you have is a circumstance that you know what I mean. That it was never made. It it wasn't made. It's not, the pieces of the puzzle don't fit, and they weren't made to fit. And so it's a bad bet. That's really just the bottom line. And so when I hear a lot of guys women try to convince me of something that simply isn't true, I can only sit back and laugh because I'll tell y'all something. And this is the straight up truth. A man has two options, in my opinion. Women should either despise him or they should find him absolutely adorable. They should be overwhelmed by his charm. There should be no in between, because in between means indifference. And if she's indifferent, then you have sparked no emotion. So for the people that do support me, they adore me. They appreciate me. And they don't mind a black man coming on here and saying these things that they possibly could not say. You know what I mean? And the sisters that's like, you know what? He's right. And for the people that don't like me, I've sparked so much emotion. Let me say this as well. And Fixer, this is where I'll bring you in. If what I said had no validation, then why was it so popular? Answer me that.
No, it obviously has validation. I mean, I've noticed even people like Melly, for instance.
Yes.
She's got great opinions.
Yes.
And a lot of them actually are challenging to yours.
Yes.
But you still won her over. She still is like, yeah, he ain't lying.
Yes.
But you know, so.
And Fixer, this is first of all, I want to thank you. And this is why I know that you have quality people even in this space. You know what I mean? You do have them. You know what I'm saying? They are out there. The problem is the fools have overwhelmed everyone and they've told men to accept bad deals. Like they said, hey man, take this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I mean? Buy this. Hey, I don't want that. No, you're gonna take it anyway. What? Like what? Fix it.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Are you trying to go ahead? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put my finger up when I want to say something and interject for a second instead of interrupting you. But basically, somebody in the chat, I wish you could get closer to read the chat.
Okay. No, I can't because I'm
Melinda,
holding her and you know what I'm saying? And like I say, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Melinda said, mouth, attitude, jail, prison, not alive, don't care, inability to co-parent. I'm not sure.
Well, I apologize. I didn't understand it.
I'm not sure either.
Mouth,
Mouth.
attitude, jail, prison, not alive, don't care. Is that for me, Miss Melinda? Like I'm not sure. Inability to co-parent. Let me see. Mouth, attitude.
Oh yeah, basically, yeah. I guess that is.
That's for me, Melinda.
I don't know what
Miss Melinda, go ahead.
that.
Go ahead. That's fine. Miss Melinda, go ahead and finish. Like make it a little bit more cleaner, and then I'll recognize you. But also, I will tell you this: if you have any cares, concerns, or you want to, say it to me, you're more than welcome. Before the end of the show, we're gonna give out the call. Fixer going to give out the call number. You're more than welcome to say whatever you want to say, and then I won't interrupt you, and I'll respond, and then we can do it like that. So that's always an option for you if this is your first time in here. I want you to know that's available for you. Okay, Fixer. Where else we going with this thing?
Do you want to read Melly's comment?
Yes, read to me.
Oh man, do I gotta read it? My throat. Okay.
You ain't got. Oh, okay. You got your glasses. King Fixer wears glasses. Melly, true figure. I think he's nuts. Okay, I think he's nuts, but also can understand his perspective. I don't think he's a bad guy. He's made bad decisions. Truly, don't think he's a bad guy. Hey Melly, I want to tell you something. You may be a little bit. Want to know something, Melly? Hey Melly, what's that? What's that show? I'm crazy. Hey Melly, you seen Five Heartbeats? Hey man, he said I'm crazy. All right, crazy like a motherfucking fox. Remember that? Figure you don't know nothing about that because your black card is really revoked.
What are you talking about?
It's not really revoked, but it's kind of suspended a little bit.
Okay, so
suspended.
Melinda responded to you.
Okay, Fix. I'm gonna give you a chance to get your card right now. What
No,
movie was that from?
we're gonna go. Who? Sorry, who?
What movie was that quote I just gave from?
Say it again.
All right. Yeah, I'm crazy. All right. Crazy like a motherfucking fox.
Okay. I don't know.
Of course. That's from the Five Heartbeats. That's a black classic.
Oh, I know the Five Heartbeats.
Yeah, whatever.
Listen, that is not the most popular one. The most popular one is nights like this. I wish raindrops would fall.
Well, that's true. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's why I'm saying your card is just suspended. It's not really revoked. All right, you can always come back in 30 days, and you know what I'm saying. We'll get you together.
So Melinda just responded to you.
Okay.
She said you were listing reasons step parents fail. I was just adding my 2 cents. Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yeah, yes, Melinda. I could not agree with you more. I think you actually have valid points as well. Shout out to Melly. Melly, you are right. I'll tell you what. Maybe I am a little crazy, right? I think that there's genius in that as well. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're right, right? I will say this. I have experienced a lot, and what I've tried to do is internalize the lessons and get the most out of it. Because most stories of mine have ended bad. So maybe you're right in that. I won't sit here and deny you. But I do thank you. I do, and I mean this genuinely. I do thank you for your opinions and because they're always well thought out. It isn't just It isn't just the typical. I don't like the word hater anymore. Like I don't even. The word is so overused. You all remember it from the early '90s. If you were like me, so I think it was player hater. You know what I mean? It was when a guy was hating on another guy because he had something that he didn't really have. So he was saying, now anytime somebody says something that someone doesn't like, they're automatically a hater. Right? And it's just the lamest thing that I've ever seen. Like you can't even tell the truth without being considered a hater. Let's say it means you got a friend of yours, and you ladies know what I mean, and y'all might have been on your way out. Hey, you like, hey Samantha, that purse don't really go with that. You know what I'm saying? You might want, oh, you a hater. What? Why? Because I did. Okay, and that's why a lot of people don't give their opinions about things because they don't want to be attacked. You know what I'm saying? So there's that on the table. And so me personally, listen, I can't tell y'all. So listen, between you and me, chat, Fixter will tell you. I am, most people are bothered, unbothered, right? And we all know a lot of unbothered people. I don't care about what nobody say, but they really, really, really care, right? I tell y'all the truth. I really, truly don't. Not because I'm special. However, because I spent so much time in isolation and all I had was myself. There was no one else to depend on. There was no one else to lean on. So I had to lean to my own understanding. I had to get closer to the creator because there was no one to talk to. So that makes me I'm what you call a self-contained unit. So very few men can be like that because they have not been isolated as much. Because in truth, we're social creatures and we actually need one another. You know what I'm saying? I am the outlier. That's why I call myself a day walker, right? Because of all of the things I am experiencing. So am I a little nuts? I don't know. So maybe you have a point there. I think that there's, as long as I'm telling the truth, you know what I'm saying, and that my truth, the truth cannot be disputed, I can live with the results. Go ahead, Fixter. The Fixter has something to add. Fixter? She puts her finger up there. She has
Sorry, my
nothing to say.
bad. I had you on mute. I just wanted to answer Melly because
Yes.
she said, Figgy, you black? You look a little light skinned via your computer reflection.
Hey, Melly, hey, Melly, I said that, listen, I'm trying to tell you, listen, Fixter's a little questionable, but like I said, depending on the right day of the week, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you don't even know. You have no idea. Okay, so let me tell you my background instead of you telling people what you think my background is.
Oh
I'm
God, here we
I'm
go.
I'm Guyanese and Portuguese. It's black and Portuguese, but I'm very light because my mother was mixed black and Portuguese. Her father was Portuguese. My father was Portuguese. So it's black and Portuguese, but my mom was mixed, and then here I am mixed too.
All right. All right. Thank you.
My granny's black.
All right. Thank you, Fixer. And here you have another moment from DNAtest.com. All right.
No, these are like my parents, my
Right.
parents and grandparents. That's it.
Listen, we have to listen. I keep telling y'all, Fixer is like she means well, but she's a puppy that's gonna pee on the floor. So I've decided that's gonna happen.
Hold
You know what
on,
I mean?
one more thing.
Yes,
One more
Fixer.
thing.
Yes,
Where,
ma'am. Go ahead.
I must say, where my dad is from in Portugal, it's one of the Portuguese islands close to Morocco. It's closer to Morocco than it is to Portugal, and it's like they are more Brazilian looking. Do you know what I mean? Rather than the ones in Portugal. So there you go.
All right. All right. How does is everybody are we still entertained? The Fixer is talking. Are we still entertained? All right. Now,
Can we get to the real part of
yes,
the
Fixer.
show?
See,
'Cause it's
this is what
almost
I mean about the Fixer being a puppy. She has to just pee in the house. She just cannot help herself to pee in the house. She really means well. I swear to God, but she's going to pee on the carpet, and so she just gets so excited. Bless her heart. Fixer, you have to Fixer. There's a build up. Fixer, there's a build
my
up.
bad, my bad, my
That's
bad.
okay. But you really did a wonderful job. I really want to say, I really wish y'all could have said, hopefully the Fixer figures out a way between her and the chat. We can figure out a way to get something out that I truly, y'all get them likes up. I know y'all, listen, give her, listen. Yeah, I got 6 likes. Come on now, it's 20 of y'all. Please give me another 3 or 4, right? Fixer,
I can
always tell that. Always, I don't want to seem like I'm
I
I want to seem
know.
fake humble.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting myself.
Yes, that's
I'm
okay.
just,
Remember your
I'm
place,
just,
Fixer. That's your problem. Remember
I
your place.
know, I'm really, I'm not, I'm just as much as not a clout chaser as you. Like
Yeah,
I don't, so I keep forgetting. Here's
yeah.
where you can see the promo, because I am very proud of the promo. I really want to play it for you guys, but
Well,
you
Fixer, I told you, I'm saying we might want to wait
hold,
on.
let me finish, please.
Okay.
So, if you want, you can go to my Instagram.
Ah, right there.
You can go to my Instagram, which is, I had that guy. Hold on, it's right here.
That's a good
This
idea,
is
Fixer. Now
this
you're using
is
the
my
old, now you're using your old think tank.
this is my fake Instagram. Not my fake. It's me, but it's just it's not my main page. I deactivated because I'm not a YouTube. I'm not a social media
Okay, Fixer.
company.
We don't need the backstory.
Don't listen. I let you cook. Don't cut me off.
Jesus
Anyway.
Christ.
So it's Audios X Muse, not Audio Sex Muse. Audios X Muse. It's like it looks like Audio Sex Muse, but yeah, check it out there,
Hey,
and you'll be
Fixer.
able to see
Hey,
the
Fixer.
promo. It's right
Hey,
there. It's so fun.
hey, Fixer. Hold on. I'm looking at something. Vlad banned me. We don't care.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I like this guy here. Shout out to you, Vlad. Vlad
Fair
Bambi.
enough.
Vlad Bambi. We don't care.
All right.
Hey, Cap. Shout out to you. But yes, thank you, Fixter. All right, now in the spirit of it, listen. What happened was I'm minding my own business and I'm not bothering nobody. I get a text, you know what I'm saying, from a young lady. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, baby. You know who you is. And she sends me something, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, right? And so when I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, wow. Did Christmas come earlier or something? And I don't even celebrate these European slave holidays, right? But I said to myself, is this what type of day is this that oh, it must be is it my birthday? Like, what is this? Right. And then I send it to the fixer. Fixer, I'm just setting the stage. And the fixer, she goes, why? Like I said, she's peeing all over the house. You know, she actually done took a
Oh my
crap.
God.
She goes, ain't it, right? She loves it, right? And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't this something? Right? Isn't this something? And so Fixter, I tell you what, I'm gonna let you set the stage and then do your thing. And then I just want my audience, our audience, on the Gizmo and the Goon, hosted by that girl Figgy, to just sit back, right? Prop your feet up and take this in. Fixter, show world.
Okay, so I'm just gonna play it.
The bathroom, eat. You don't go in no man's house.
Oh, okay.
Your daddy told you that. Why? House. Your daddy told you. I get to that because I hear that.
Sorry.
Maybe you have to. If you hate.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. This ain't my fault.
It's a free
This is not
Now I
my
tried to
fault.
cue Fixter up. We're gonna have to get the Fixter the $10.
We're not going to take whatever you offer. This is why Daddy suggests don't never go in no man's house unless you're ready to go. You don't go in no man's house. I don't care what he say. I don't care if you need to use the bathroom, eat. You don't go in no man's house. Your daddy told you that. Why? Because you don't put yourself in compromising positions. Women have to become more virtuous, Kendra. If they become more virtuous, men rise to the level. You don't have this issue. That's just facts.
All right. This one says you don't get kudos for doing what you're supposed to do. That's
Great question.
as a raising your child.
Great, Kendra, that's great. I got to get to that because I hear that. I hear that a lot. I always hear that from black women that don't want to acknowledge me, but yet you want to condemn me. See, that's the phoniness, the two-facedness that they like to play. They want to hedge their bet. Kendra, how many black men can you name that's out the street, change their whole life overnight, and had their child since the very day their child came out, never made not one excuse, never asked for one super chat, never asked for one cash app, and went and picked up trash at Popeyes to put food in his daughter's stomach. You a clown. And you just hate black men. Kendra, I'm telling you, if I was white, they would have put me on CNN and gave me a plaque. Let me have Ben Russell. But because I'm black, you don't want to acknowledge it.
You hate black men, and
I'm not going to play that part, but yes.
I said I hate you too. I finished it. Just in case y'all didn't hear it.
So the irony of you saying that, and earlier Kendra was saying, you know, I don't think black women hate, you know, black men for our black fathers. I don't think that's true. I think black women love black fathers. And then, you know, shortly after, there was that comment made about, you know, you don't get a medal for being a father. And we say that I said that. I said that too, you know what I mean, for stepping up. And then, go ahead. What, I mean, no, it's okay. I lost it. Go ahead. Okay. Well, there's actually no well, unless you want me to play this footage of this. The irony of okay. So the irony that he says this about black women don't, you know, respect black fathers or anything, and then that happened, and it proved a point, and he's like, if I was white, then, you know, you give me a plaque, you put me on CNN. And then the irony of this whole video of this white guy getting beaten by his, or not beaten, just whatever it is, you know, getting abused by his the mother of his child, who so happens to be black. And then, you know, so quick, she goes to jail. Of course, she goes to jail for that. She gets arrested, and he gets, what does he get? He gets, oh, keep in mind, this guy was incarcerated. So you were talking about a felon, a white felon, though. And like, I hate doing this because I'm not into this whole race card. I really am not. But this is a valid point. This is a valid point. I don't
Listen, don't
believe in
qualify. Just get the facts, please.
yeah, but you're making me do something that I go against. But anyways,
That's okay. Just tell it. It's like, you just all you're doing is reporting the facts. That's all you're doing.
I am reporting the facts. So
That's
this
all.
guy,
I'll do the rest.
so everybody in the comments, like everybody's posting it, and they're saying things like, you know, stepmothers, you know, step up. I can't remember exactly what they were saying, but basically they're just like advocating for this guy, this white man who is a felon, who cannot get a home because of the simple fact that he has a criminal record. Okay, so they put up a GoFundMe for this white guy so they could find a suitable home for him and his daughter. Isn't it amazing, the irony?
Fixer. Respectfully, you're doing great. I just want you to report the facts. Take the emotion out. Just report the facts.
Ah,
That way they can keep
I'm
it.
done. Go ahead.
Okay. It's because this stuff really bothers Figgy. There was much more. I'll add this. Fix the show. This guy was literally in the club throwing the money after he got the money. Now put it like this: there was some pictures that surfaced after his GoFundMe that he went to the strip club and was throwing money and making it rain. Fixter, am I wrong here? Am I getting anything misconstrued? And I want
No,
you to also put the information out there for our audience, so the audience can go look at it for themselves, and they don't have to just take our word for it.
I'm going to literally play you the little video I put together without the volume. Okay.
Great.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Fixter put together something I really wish we really could have used it. Unfortunately, we couldn't. YouTube didn't particularly care for it. But so I'm gonna continue to talk, and y'all are gonna see it for yourselves. Okay. And here's the thing. I'm very pragmatic, and I know what a lot of people are gonna think. They're gonna say, "Oh, he's defensive." Well, not really. I'm truly offensive, right? So, Melly, I want to give you an opportunity. You say you came off really defensive on this one, Melly. I know what you mean. You mean when I came up when I was speaking about about you need to do what people said when I said I hate the woman. I hate anybody that hate me, Melly. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't turn the other cheek. I don't believe in that. That's not my God. Now, that may work for other people, right? But that doesn't work for me. And so I don't like anybody. If you don't like me, I don't like you. And what I've noticed is the yes, and let me say this before I be excuse me, man. Let me get back on task. You are correct. Yes, I was a little bit defensive, and in truth, defensive. I think that's very fair to say because that topic is extreme. Because it's like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? You saying that I'm supposed to do it, but yet when you see me do it, you won't acknowledge me. But yet y'all always say, not y'all, you, but a lot of black women say black men don't take care of their kids, and we the worst fathers. So it's like where can you win? And so that's and this is the fixtures right here. Melly, check this out.
Yeah, this is crazy. So I'm gonna let it roll, but I'm also gonna pause it sometimes just to read through these things. So on World Star, they're advocating for this guy. Okay, on World Star. Then here, this lady's like, they locked her ass up so quick. Stepmama candidates. His page is Rico. Like they're like trying to get him a stepmother already. Just crazy.
Yes.
um like, and then somebody's advocating for him. A black woman, by the way, is advocating for him, saying, nobody believed him that he was going through domestic abuse until finally he put this video out and everyone's crying. This is wild. Look, here's his little, he got declined at his hearing results for parole. He was
Yes.
incarcerated in 2012 to 2016. Sorry, parole. Yeah, okay, he got declined. Then here's his whole his GoFundMe. Good Lord. You know,
Figgy, just the facts.
Okay. And so yeah, his GoFundMe, and then here, let me pull it out. This is him in his house. This is him at the strip club throwing money in the air. Everything's good.
Thank you, Fixer. And the reason I want to Fixer, and there's another reason why I want, because here's the thing, I want to take all of the hits. So that way, I just want you to report it. So that way, you know what I mean? Like, because they're going to come for you, Figgy, if you start to try to act like you're on my side too much, right? And I know these people, they are jackals, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, I want you to try to stay as blameless as possible in this regard. I don't have any problem. I want all of the blood on my hands. You know what I'm saying? In that regard. Let me say this, right? And I want, because here's the thing, right? This is how sad we are as black people. Now, you heard me say I never asked for one cash. Fixer, have you? And Fixer, let's keep it real. Have
No,
you ever known me to ask for anything for my daughter
I'm
and
gonna be.
use her
I'm
as a
gonna
prop?
keep it. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. Like, I'm. I had to force him to take this serious, as in, you know, um, put your Cash App, like, because somebody wanted his Cash App, and he was gonna do this whole spiel, and he's like, I don't really, and I'm like, are you crazy? Like, come on, like, if people, this, don't block your own blessings. This is from God, and I do the same stupid stuff too. You know what I mean? But he's not. He didn't even want to do this whole YouTube thing. This is me pushing him. This is me pushing to put his Cash App. He's not that guy. Even in this position, do you know how many times I've offered to give him money? He's like, I'm like, because he wants to do a YouTube live one day, and I'm like, okay, well, he didn't have enough followers. We're gonna do it on mine. He's like, I want to help him out because I want to get him out of this situation as quickly as possible for that little girl. And I'm like, okay, so I don't do YouTube. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I don't like going live. I wasn't gonna show my face, but I was gonna just interview him. And he's like, oh, I need to, not before I get a haircut. And I'm like, okay, let me send you money for a haircut. He won't even take that. Like, he's not like that at all.
Thank you, Fixer. See, here's the thing. We're trained to not like each other. We're trained to automatically see the worst in each other. You see a black man with a baby in the shelter, you automatically say he's using the baby as a prop. You see a white man take care of a black baby, you automatically want to give him a handout and help him. And this is and they're gonna, and then here's what you're gonna say. This is what's coming next, Fix. To watch this. Oh, now he's playing victim. See, when they can't attack the argument, they attack you personally. I'm a lot of things, but a victim I've never been. I'm just telling you the truth. What y'all don't like is the fact that a black man telling you the truth to your face. You literally will lift up a white man for the very same thing that you condemn me for. And that's not all black women. I would never think that. But he didn't get the pushback that I did. He didn't get, all he seems to be getting is help. And listen what he did with your money. He thought so much of you, he took it to the strip club and act
No,
like he was a rapper. That's what he
no,
thought
no,
about
no,
you.
no, 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 no. I have to say that's not true. This was
Okay.
before. This was before that
Okay,
happened.
previous. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fixer. That's the journalist. Now that's being professional. Okay,
Mhm.
but however, I don't throw money at the club. Period. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like I
don't,
haven't
yeah,
thrown
you
money at
don't
the
do
club.
that. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do drugs, you don't do nothing.
No, I'm a little bit of a square. You know what I'm saying in that regard. So what I want to say more than anything to the silly people who are going to justify this and say and try to find some difference. See, you see, Fixer, what's going to happen is because I know people. You're going to try to find some rock to slither up under, you know what I'm saying? And say, well, it's like this because you said this. And you know what I mean? And, or we don't, we didn't like the fact that you said you didn't like single women. You call our children bastards. Or, you know what I'm saying? Something, somewhere to slither up under in order to hide instead of looking at the facts and saying, you know what? Maybe there is something wrong with my line of thinking. Maybe there is something missing that I can give credit to a white man for taking care of his child with his child's mother, but I cannot give a black man credit for leaving the streets and putting his daughter in a situation in his whole city that he didn't know and doing whatever he needed to do to keep her out of the system. I can't acknowledge him. So therein lies what you need to come to terms with. That's not on me. I'm not. I don't. My hands are not. I don't sleep much. I always like to say I rest. I'm like a vampire, you know what I'm saying, hanging upside down for real, especially with her. That's why her waking up has only ever really truly gotten to me a couple times because most of the time I'm always up. You know what I mean? I'm always ready. You know what I mean? I believe in being prepared. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says that the mind is most susceptible to new information in the morning, and I believe that. So that's like the teachings. And so, I'm one of those guys who who tries to stay ready so I don't have to get ready. My issue more than anything is that you'll ignore me and you'll lift this guy up. You'll lift up someone else from another race. When I literally said any man who lifts up a woman and puts another, if I don't have a problem with who you date. If you want to date somebody, date who you want to date. I don't particularly care who you date. You know what I'm saying? As long as the woman is good to you and she's a quality woman, but when you start coming to try to come for your own women and say, well, I like this race of women because they're better. There's no race of women that are better. No other race of people say that. No other race of people are going to put their own below you. They're just not going to do it. So black people need to start to understand that all we have is each other. Yes, my daughter's mother is white. Yes, she is. But my baby's black. She's with me and I have her. And so if you can't acknowledge that, then it's just because you just don't want to acknowledge me. And that's okay if you don't. I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm just giving you the information as it is, and then you do with it what you will. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in trying to change you idiots' mind. You people who are on the internet and make these comments, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, you're never going to deal with the facts. It's always everything with us. A lot of times it's our emotions, how it makes us feel, how we're very we're we have to somehow find a way to look past that and get to the if you never pierce the physical, you can never find the essence of a thing. I read that one day, I don't remember quite where. You have to pierce the veil of the physical in order to find the essence. And I truly believe that. And so, you do the best you can as a man, I haven't done everything right. I'm the first one to say it. I'm the first one to say that a man makes or mars his own fortune. And a lot of the circumstances that I have found myself in have been because of the choices that I've made. I'm the first one to acknowledge that. There is absolutely no ifs, ands, and buts about that. And no one can say otherwise. With that being said, there's also another part, right? There's also more to that. You know what I'm saying? That has to be acknowledged as well. I take accountability for me because I cannot change the world. You know what I'm saying? But however, what I can do is stand on the real. And a lot of black men have been pushed aside. They've been told that they don't matter. They've been told that their stories just either aren't true or they're not deserving of acknowledgement because there are a lot of black men who handle their business. There are a lot of black men. Put the baby to sleep, my guy. She not sleep. Well, it's still early. It's still early. What was that? Busy work. Yeah, busy work. It's still a little early, man. It's 7 o'clock. If I put her to sleep too early, then she gonna be up all night, brother. You clearly don't know too much about babies, man. Have you when last time you watched the baby? So if I can't say it
Do
again.
you want to read Melly's comment as well while you're there?
Yes, I can do that because I just saw his. I don't know why I said. Let's see. Figgy, stay true to who you are too. She's facts.
No.
True, but I wish you would have said a little bit more calmer because when a black man raises their voice, all people hear is anger and hate. I get that. You know what? Melly? You have a great point there. And truth be told, that's just not how I'm cut, right? And I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. You make a valid point. However, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Figgy said the same thing. These things are very, very personal, right? Not that I care about but however, when you say that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, that's that's the comment that's like, okay, well, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Well, wait a minute. When have you ever acknowledged that a black man? When will you ever acknowledge that a black man did it? You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't deserve credit for what you do, but yet you only deserve condemnation for what we think you don't do, and never taking into account that there's circumstances that are a part of that, right? And that's so that was my thing, Melly. But you're not wrong. It's just that that's really not how I'm cut. And so, yes, I am angry in that regard. Yes, I am a hateful man, but it's very controlled. I don't want you to ever think that I'm out of control. It's just that these are the things. These have been my experiences, and so they live with me. So no, I'm not. In truth, what you said that probably would have been better. So discretion probably would have been a better part of valor. However, when it comes to me, I think that's what makes me me because I'm not gonna try to withhold what's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, wait a minute. Let's get the real here. Like, let's stop playing here. And then when you see a circumstance like this, if you notice I'm delivering it a lot colder because the facts speak for themselves. So it's a little bit more easier when it's just okay, you need to look at this for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then you make the decision. You know what I'm saying? But you are right. I must be honest with you. You make great comments. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm a man who is filled with rage. I just deal with it. I've learned how to. Eminem had some lyrics. I think the best lyrics he have ever said. He said, "I learned to take my rage, hate, cage, and bottle it. Crush the glass with my bare hands, swallowed it, and spit it back in the face of you hypocrite." I can't remember the whole part, the rest of that. But I like that. Shout out to M for that particular. I take my rage and I learned to cage and bottle it. Crush the glass with my bare hands, swallowed it. Oh my God, that I still get chills when I think about that, right? So there's that part of me, you know what I'm saying? But I've had to learn how to control it because a black man who cannot control himself is in for a very rude awakening. I know that for sure, right? And also, you know what I'm saying? I need to be, mindful of what's going on because I have her that, you know what I mean, and that matters as well. Melly dropped another comment. I mean, you're reading 48 Laws of Power. It's more than one way to skin a cat. You're filled with rage, but also funny and like to play. I've seen that here. Yes, yeah, that's facts, Melly. There's a lot to me, right? And I'm probably one of, and I think we all probably are a walking contradiction. I may be one of the biggest ones. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's room for that as well. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not a, it's not. I'm whatever the circumstance requires for me to be. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the circumstance requires me to be a full-time father who's taking care of his daughter by any means, right? That's the circumstance. When the circumstance required for me to be other things, I've been that. You know what I'm saying? You heard me say that I've had to do things in prison. You know what I'm saying? And I did them. You know what I mean? You've heard me say I've called assault and batteries on staff. You know what I'm saying? When they tried to, bully me, I was not gonna stand for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a real assault. Like I wasn't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? They got back at me because they would spray me, you know what I'm saying, put me in an extraction chair and leave me in that stuff that was burning me and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been tortured. You know what I'm saying? And however, all of these things I wouldn't change because these things have given me the strength to know and get up every day for this little girl. You know what I'm saying? And it may be the only thing that I ever do right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know that I'm gonna do more, but excuse me, I don't like the word, but however, as of right now, I'm doing this in real time. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it in real time. And so for that, for the people that cannot acknowledge that, at least say, you know what? Hey, for whatever he is or isn't, he tries like hell. And that'll be the one thing that I'll tell Gizmo more than anything. You don't have to, Daddy not expecting perfection. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect, you know what I mean, for you not to, for things to be, for the road to just be cut and dry, you know what I'm saying? There not to be some hiccups along the way, because this is life. But you do have to try like hell. That's the one thing that I will not tolerate is you're not trying. You know what I'm saying? You have to try like hell. I'm not playing about that. When it could, and I know what effort looks like. That's the key. I know whether you're trying in school or swimming classes or soccer or whatever you piano lessons or violin. I know what effort looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because your daddy is the king of effort. So when I don't see effort, that's when I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what I mean? No. This ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I want some effort. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, that you're going the extra mile. I want to see that you're doing everything that you can, you know what I mean, in order to do. And then whatever it looks like at the end, then I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? So that's important as well. Also, I will tell y'all something else. I'm going to give y'all a lot of principles that I live by. Hopefully you can interject them in your own lives and you know what I'm saying and be able to do something with them. One of the things that I tell you what, I, Gizmo's gonna mess up. There's gonna be times that she's gonna do things that she shouldn't do. I get that. She's gonna make bad decisions. It's okay too. But I'll tell you what will not be acceptable is her being a follower. Whatever she does, she better be the leader of it. Don't ever come to me when I ask you, Pumpkin, why did you do X, Y, and Z? What happened? Oh, I did it because Samantha did it. Now that to me is the biggest slap in the face of all, because that means that I'm raising a dummy, and that is unacceptable. If you make a mistake, you better be the leader. And I suggest all of you tell all your children this very same message. Don't let me find out that you're following somebody else. You better be able to make your own decisions. If you made the decision, because you know what you were taught at home, right? So you clearly wanted to go against that. You chose to go against what you were taught at home to make a decision. Fine. If you make that decision, you better be able to stand on it. Don't come back to me and tell me that you did it because somebody else did it. Now I think I'm raising a dummy, and now we have a major problem. That right there is very, very problematic for me. So that's what I want to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? And hold on. Oh, Dr. Roxy, how do you retract the message? I don't know this stuff.
You should really read the other guy, None of Your Business, or whoever, guy, girl, I'm not sure.
Great success. Hey, handsome. I hope you're talking about me. I hope you're talking
No,
about
the
how
one before. Did you read the one before that? I've
No,
seen
I'll
the
read
same.
not great success. Say, hey, handsome. You talking about me, great success. I hope you like this. You like this great success. I appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you talking about me. She ain't talking about none of y'all in the chat. I'm telling you, she definitely ain't talking about you, Fixter. Let's see.
Of course,
Now who
you'll
am I
read
looking at?
that.
Have you seen some anger? Wait a minute. Is that none of your business? Have you seen this same anger? Hold on,
I have seen the same anger
Okay.
and resentment. Guys, I need glasses. I
Okay,
haven't
I
gone
got
to
it,
the
Fixer. I'm on it. I'm on it. I have seen the same anger and resentment, and that same person thought he could control it too. People can change, but one must show by actions versus taking but versus talking. Prison and streets change people. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. None of your business. I'll tell you this though. One of the things that you have to understand about me is I'm really truly different in this regard. I don't know if you're just now coming in, but like I said, I've never self-medicated. I don't drink, smoke, or do no drugs. I internalize everything, and I've learned all of the lessons from it. So I just use these things as fuel. That's where I turn it into. It's kind of like you know what I mean, like logs on the fire. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what helps me. Now that may not be what helps somebody else, and I'm not trying to push. Oh, thank you, Great Success. Hey, baby. Okay, now shout out to you.
Oh my God. Oh
Okay,
my
yeah,
God.
Great Success. Listen, don't be a hater, Fixter. Let the
Since you're
woman
already,
know what
since
she
you've
likes, what she
already,
says.
hold on, since you've already interrupted your role for compliments, I'd like to say this. What has changed you is that little girl. That little girl being born. I remember you before. You're a complete 180.
Okay.
Complete. This little girl has made you a better man, and you're only getting better. The minute she speaks, oh my gosh, like it's over. It's over. This is gonna be a really good man. Like you are a great man already.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a phenomenal man. But I always say that I feel you're a little institutionalized. You're coming out of that for sure. It's better than therapy.
SS, cash or gas. Nobody ride for free. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't
yeah.
ruin it.
She's talking about huh?
Don't ruin it for yourself.
Well, that's okay. I'm gonna do that anyway. But with that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she said, yeah, nobody signed up for this man. Well, hey, listen, Penelope Marie, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna get it. I know that you don't want to see it, but it's gonna happen anyway. And I'll tell you this: what really offended you? I'd like to have a conversation with you, and I want you to know the fixer's gonna drop the link, or not drop the link, but she's gonna give the call in number in about maybe I don't know another 10 minutes. I would say let's do about 10
Not
more.
even. You should do it really quickly, but okay.
Okay, yeah, because we're gonna wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? About 8, get y'all out of here because I don't want to go too long. But I'll tell you this: I want you to call in and tell me what really offends you about me. What do you find so distasteful about me? And I want you to know that this is a free space. I'm one of the few guys that's not gonna duck, right? And so you don't have to worry about that. Come in. You know what I mean? I'll give you an opportunity to speak, so that way, and that's a good the free pizza. No, ain't no broad get no free pizza. She got to pay too. You know what I'm saying? And so don't never think that. But however, you know what I'm saying, feel free to, get come on once Fixter drops the link. Go ahead, Fixter.
I just want to respond to Melly because I know
Okay.
people wonder, like, okay, so yeah, I did know him before his daughter, and
Mhm.
was he hell on wheels? Honestly, I was. No, I'm super Canadian. Okay, like I'm
Okay.
super Canadian. So a person like awesome, I would have run from for sure, and I was running. But I also saw like so much. I saw something else in him too. But it's like, honestly, at that time, you were a guy, you liked scaring people away. Like, you liked intimidating people. The person you've become now, yeah, don't, please stop, please stop. Oh my
No,
God, please stop.
Gizmo don't care. Watch it. Watch that. Give me Gizzy.
So, yeah, she does not care.
Right.
She loves
She
it.
does. I
She
thought I
loves
was.
it.
Go ahead.
But like, so yeah, I wouldn't, I'll be honest, me and Awesome haven't even met in real, we haven't met in person because he can't come to Canada. I sure as hell not going there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be Awesome. But I mean, now that I'm seeing who he is becoming, I like, I didn't,
Fixter,
I didn't
make it. Go ahead, because I gotta get some of these comments.
So yeah, basically yes, he was hell on wheels. He
Okay.
absolutely was. He's done a complete 180 though. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Fix. And that would be, and that's from her. Like, I don't claim to be anything other than a man. Penelope Marie says, teach your daughter to find a man. That's what I wanted to get to, Fixter. The opposite of you in each and every facet of life. Okay, so Penelope Marie, you don't think that I have anything to offer a woman? You don't see any redeeming qualities in me? That's okay if you don't. Just let me know. And Stacy, where do you get your clothes from? Well, Stacy, I used to Joseph A. Banks was my spot. You know what I'm saying? Where I used to shop. I used to get the suits with my name stitched in them. You couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so but this stuff, see, I don't want to plug. Lord have mercy. I don't want to plug. I said I used to. Tell you what, if you're really, really interested, I would like you to figure give you the number that I can tell you specifically. You know what I mean? But I don't want to plug anybody, you know what I mean, on a platform when they ain't cutting no check. All right. So that's what I do. But do you like them? I hope that you do. You said get some chapstick. I don't need no chapstick, Stacy. What you say? Look at these. Look at these soup coolers. Look at them soup coolers. Hold on, I'm putting a little grease on them. I'm gonna grease them up. Put a little grease. Look at them. Now listen, LL. Now come on, Stacy. These lips better than LL's. Come on. Look at that. Look at that. Come on now.
You
Come
crazy.
on now. Look at them lips now. Come on. Get some chapstick. Okay. And let's see. And he spelled that awesome right. Stacy. AWESUM. Get it right. Don't get it wrong.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
None of your
give you
business.
guys. I'm gonna give you guys the number before it goes too long. Okay, because we're
Okay.
done at
That's
8
great.
o'clock. So if you
That's
want to
great.
call in, we're gonna be done at 8 o'clock. The number is 770-988-7557. I can't write it in the chat. YouTube keeps blocking me. So again, 770-988-7557. If you want it again, just ask me and I'll say it.
Okay. Thank you, Fixter. None of your business. None of your business. I can see a bit of institutionalization, and most times people are not able to see it in themselves. You mentioned you've been out on your own since 11 to 12, so there's childhood trauma there. Okay. None of your business. I was not on my own at 9 to 12. I jumped out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Started trying to make a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying, about that age. But I was living at home, you know what I'm saying? I was still at home. And I had really good parents. I had really quality parents. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing is perfect, right? But however, I had really, really great parents. They did the very best that they could. However, the environment that I was in, I just continued to see so much. And I coveted, right? And I wanted a piece of it. And you know what I mean? That's just kind of how that went. Let me see. I can see a bit of institutionalization. I've heard that none of your business. In truth, maybe there is some truth to what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely, so I can see it in myself. But as far as the trauma, it's very callous at this point. It's not. They're not open wounds. They're not anything that I can push up. Like I don't. You won't see me crying or complaining or you know what I mean or trying to you know trying to. Oh, doggone it! Why is my battery about to die? I charge this thing. Gee whiz. Hold on. I gotta go before this thing cut off. Here, Gizmo, let me put you down. I'm sorry, baby. I'm coming back to get you. I gotta plug this up, y'all. I
I'm
thought I had
pretty.
it charged.
Let me say the number while you're plugging it up.
Yeah, say it again. Say it again.
'Cause
And
that number, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Did I not give you the right
yeah,
number?
you did get it right now.
Let me see. Hold on. What is that number? 770-988-7557. Did I not say that?
Yes, you said it.
770-988-7557.
Oh, go on it. What the hell is this? Okay, wait a minute. Figure out how do I flip the camera around? I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do either, but stop showing your mess.
Well, that's I was supposed to get cleaned up. But I got the Lord. I don't believe in excuses, but I don't know what to do.
Okay,
Let's see.
well, it's okay. Over in the right, he is so analog.
What the
Over in the
hell is
right
this?
corner, hold on, listen to me. Over in the
Yes.
right corner right in the middle, at the top though, at the top of that bar there's a little like round thing. It's like it tells you to switch it around. Do you see like on the live stream on the right hand side? See on
Yes.
the right
Okay.
hand
There
side?
it is. Okay. All right. Yes.
Super analog. Oh my lord.
All right. Now, do I see? Um, listen, you got to remember something, Fixter. There was a point in time, but I'm really good with numbers. And if it's happening, there was a point in time when we could remember, 15 or 20 numbers. You know what I'm saying? You knew. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Think about it. All of you all who are at least 30 years old, you remember 15 numbers. You knew your best friend's numbers. You knew your girlfriend, boyfriend's numbers. You knew your grandmother's, your cousin's numbers. You actually used your brain. You don't know that stuff now. So, Stacey, how them lips looking?
May I interject? Since
Yes.
you're making it all about you, I would like to know if you guys want to call in, if you're brave enough to just have a conversation, even with Awesome or myself, because I really want to know your opinions regarding this whole thing. Now, because I don't subscribe to the whole racism program. I believe that's a psyop. Okay. I believe it's a program, and I have a whole breakdown for it. Now, me and Awesome are not on one accord with that at all, because his life and his circumstance, and you know what? I want to play you something. I have something queued up, because it helps me to understand where you're coming from, Awesome, because I really don't. I mean, people can say, oh, it's because you're light skinned, but no, I think it's a mentality. Africans, like I also think it's, America, like I live in Canada, so we don't experience the same type of racism. Okay,
Figure.
no, listen, hold on. You need to stop, because I need to cook sometimes too. So I'm about to play this video. It's not all about you sometimes, Awesome. You can give me the floor. Calm down. Sorry, with all due respect. So I'm going to play this little video of Kendra and Zach speaking on your experience that helped me to understand why you draw that race card, and a little bit more. Here, listen to this.
I was white. I noticed when Zach was. Let me say this. When your man Russell is on here, I remember. Oh God, they eat him up. But let me tell you, black women, something. He don't like you. He not taking you home. He not taking your loud, masculine, big mouth ass nowhere. He not. He not taking you. I'm just telling you the real. The best thing you can do is be honorable, humble yourself. Stop, Gizmo. Me. That's what you better do.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna bring you in on that, Zach, because your name literally came up.
What do you know about
my
the happy
God.
face killer?
I'm gonna bring you in first.
First thing I want to say to him, especially if he watches this,
Mama. No, Mama.
Appreciate the love. But listen to me, black man to black man. I know you think therapy is for punks. You know what I'm saying? And maybe traditional therapy, the way that you thinking is sit on the couch and talk to some white man, it ain't for you. Okay? But they got black male therapists that you could talk to, man. There are therapists within the church. You know what I'm saying? They can offer you some help. I honestly think you need to talk to somebody. You got
He'll
a lot
get to it. One
of
second.
pain built up inside. And it you ever see the potential in somebody, you be like, man, this brother is right wrong. Like you be somebody who you be like, this is the most right. Like I'm looking at him like, this is the most right wrong nigga I know. Like it's like, oh, he'll say something and I'll be like, you ain't lying. And then he'll say something and I'll be like, no, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like all within the same sentence. And it keeps you twisted and it keeps you in a way like, man. And that's where I'll be like, we have to start having empathy and help.
Sorry, one sec. I'll get to it.
And then, you see what I'm saying? It's like, but then I see.
Hold
a
on.
white man saying something over him opposed to a black man.
Through what he's been through, a white man can't tell him nothing.
Yeah.
Because this man been in the system. He's sitting there and seeing white boys walk for less than he's done.
Right.
So it's in his mind, that don't make sense to him. I don't want to hear nothing from you. So from what he's been through, I definitely understand what he's saying as far as that. It's not the same.
One thing I noticed, and I mean,
Okay, so yeah, that part, you know what I mean? I noticed that that's the part I wanted to play. I'm sorry, I didn't cue it in the right position, and I know you were getting frustrated. I could see it all over your face.
Figure you got to stop this because if we're going to do this, then we have to have some order. That was not part of it, and I'm literally trying to cook. That's my job to do the cooking. You said you were gonna. You said you we're not gonna do that. Please don't do it. Allow me to do it because I'm reading the comments and I need to be able to get through this and I want to get up out of here at 7:37. I'm not
Okay,
interested in nobody understand.
cool.
I'm
But
not
you know what you
interested.
need to stop
Go ahead.
doing is reprimanding me on live, because then I'm going to do the same.
You said you weren't gonna do this. You literally
You
said you
can,
weren't
you
gonna
can,
do
you
this.
could
We
have
had a plan.
waited. You could have waited until we were off live, and then you could have said that. So
But you
if you
keep
want,
doing the
I'm
same
just going to
thing.
match your energy.
All is well. This let's see. Virgo Queen, you a clown. White women need and want you. LOL clown. This man is a clown. Okay, well, call in and tell me why I'm a clown. You're more than welcome to. That's not a bad thing. Call in. Stacy said that oh, he looks sad. No, you know what I'm saying? You get frustrated. And no, let me see, clean that place up, Melly. Yeah, Melly, I had some stuff going on. And I'll tell you, one of the things that's been difficult is for me trying to find the balance and to get things done and yet be working and taking care of her and then trying to exercise and read and trying to do this and stuff like that. So I need to find more balance, you know what I'm saying, in that regard. I need to do a better job with that. So I'm the 100%, you know what I'm saying, the person, you know what I mean? I think you have a point there, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely once there's a little more structure, then I'm able to do things a little bit better in a more in a more systematic fashion that works. Now, Virgo Queen, why don't you call in? You know what I'm saying? What makes me a clown? Tell me, why you heard the number, why won't you call in and say you're more than welcome to speak to me? Nobody, you can say whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? If you think I'm a clown, if you know what makes me a clown, tell me why. You're more than welcome to believe that. Just tell me why. Let me see. Where are you from again? I'm from Detroit, Just Bree. I'm from Detroit, born and raised. Let me see. I'm from Detroit. Let me see. White women need and want you. Okay. All right. I think I read that one. I have a son and I'm a single mom. My apartment looks atrocious right now. No shame. Shout out to you, Stacy. Yeah, I need to do a better job with that. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, you know what I mean? It's definitely no excuses there in regard to that. I need to do a better job, you know what I'm saying, maintaining space and prioritizing time. We all are blessed with the same amount of time, you know what I mean, throughout the day. And so we need to do a better job. Well, myself, you know what I'm saying, firstly. The women you have up here is even clowning you. You make it, let me see, the woman you have up here is even clowning you. You make it make sense. Well, you know what I mean? Things are not always perfect. And Virgo Queen, you have it.
I'm not clowning
Go ahead.
him. I'm not clowning. I have respect for Awesome. It's just Awesome has a very short patience, and because and that's what happens when you're a really highly intelligent person. You have no patience for people, and so I'll give him that. The thing is, I was setting it up for people to
You better.
call in because I wanted people to give me their opinions on, is there a difference between this guy being right in the same position as Awesome, but Awesome's face being so frustrated was driving me insane that I couldn't actually get it out. And then it's like, I'm just some tool, so it frustrates me. But I have all the respect for Austin at the end of the day. He's a very, very highly intelligent brother. He is a real man, and he just has no patience.
Okay, well, I have respect for you too as well, and that's facts. I just, I'm a person who likes to stick to a plan. So sometimes she's right. I
What's
need to
the
do a better
plan,
job.
Austin? There's
I,
no
I,
plan. We're
you see,
floating here.
I'll be
We
quiet.
are
Go ahead.
floating here. We are floating here. That's what's happening. There's no plan. We're just feeling it out. We don't got a plan. We're just coming on and talking to our friends here on YouTube. So what are you talking about? Now there's a plan. There's no plan. We've done the plan. Now I'm helping people to call
Okay, I'll be quiet. Okay, are you
in.
finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done arguing with you on live.
Okay. No, no, you're not arguing me. I'm not going to argue with you. Like I said, when I was talking to the audience in terms of I'm a guy, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking we come up with a plan. This is what it's going to be when that don't happen that way. It's like okay, well wait a minute. So it's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. Things hungry and needs diaper change. I think you are right. Creative solutions. I'm going to because like I said, we're going to give this thing a couple more minutes. Take care of that baby. Yeah, absolutely. You were raised around pimps. You have that ism from California. Pimps that no, Just Bree. I was not. I was not raised around pimps. You spoke on black women, but they are not all loud and ghetto. Black women are the highest enrolled, educated women that also raise their children without excuses. I am speaking on good black women. I, I'll tell you something else, none of your business. When I spoke on business, black women, I do know that. Why do you think I want one? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to ever think that I think that because that would be untrue. I do not believe that to be the case at all. And like highest enrolled, yes. Children, I do hear a lot of excuses a lot of times from I can't quite agree with you there. You know what I'm saying? I do hear a lot of excuses. But they are the highest enrolled, the highest in debt, you know, as well. But I think in the end, I mean, what isn't what is perfect? You know what I'm saying? Everything is imperfect, and we're just all trying to do the best that we can. Virgo, shut up. She's not clowning him. Go ahead, Melly. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I like Virgo. You know what I'm saying? She's staying here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. It's not
I
listen,
like
here's the thing. It's not
Melly.
well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's the end. I always like the people, but here's the thing. One thing about me, I take it all. You know what I'm saying? I take it all, the bitter and the sweet. You can't have it all. You know what I'm saying? And clowns all y'all. Well, listen, Virgo Queen, if you think we're kind why listen, she dropped the link. Excuse me, I keep saying the link as if I know what I'm talking about. She gave the call-in number. Would you like to call in? You're more than welcome to. And you know what I'm saying? You're more than welcome to, voice whatever opinion that you seem fit. And let's have we can have a conversation. It's not a it shouldn't be personal. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the whole thing. I think a lot of people, everything with them is very personal. It's very, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that. It should be,
Mhm.
okay, I don't agree. This is why I don't agree, and here are my reasons. It doesn't have to be anything other than that. No, she did not because we can talk to. Let me see. No, she did not because we can talk to you. She did give you the number. Would you like it again?
Okay, the number is um
Yes.
770-988-7557.
Okay. All right. So that's the number, and you heard her. And so, you're
You
more
have
than welcome to
you
call
guys
in. Uh,
you have 15 minutes to call in, and then we're off this live.
Okay, you heard the fixer. None of your business. You also seem to have trouble letting go of control. Small changes can better your life and open your ears to different perspectives. No, well, here's the thing. I believe my way is the right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And so, one thing I've noticed is that, I'm going if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do it at all. That's me, and it doesn't have to be what anybody else subscribes to, but that's just a man going his own way. That doesn't mean that I'm not able to accept new information as it comes in. However, I want to do things my way because if something is going to work, then it's going to work because I deemed it so. It's going to work because the leadership came from the top. You know what I'm saying? Like small compromise. Let me see. 15 years in marriage is work and compromise. I can believe that none of your business. I shout out to you in your 15 year marriage. Hopefully you married to a black man. You know what I'm saying? And that's you know what I mean. And that's facts. That is the problem because your way has gotten you lost and locked up like an animal in which you are not. Yeah, that's listen, and you're right about that. However, what I've had to do is learn how to redirect that. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is you just take the same energy and focus that you would use in other places, and then you turn around and just use it. You know what I mean? Use it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Using it, use it differently. So that's what I've done. So that you know what I mean. So I hear what you're saying, and you're not wrong in that regard. How you got excuse me, Gizmo done messed the tie up. She have sleep. That's what she really want to go to sleep because now she's about 8 o'clock. So this is why we gets off the live, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to get up, go to work and get things done. And shout out to y'all. Now I don't want to have everybody, but you're right. None of your business. I think that there's room for it all. You know what I'm saying? There's room for growth. There's room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? In some regards. However, the core man of who I am, I wouldn't change for nothing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And so that is the most important thing. You know what I'm saying to me. I've been with my husband 23 years, and he is black. He has some of your struggles on his way, but he learned that life doesn't work that way. Well, listen, shout out to him. shout out to you. I don't, whatever works for a man is what works for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't, this is just, I'll tell you something. None of your business. This is just my perspective. This is just my perspective on being black in America. So this is what I've learned. You know, so these are just my experience. And sometimes it may not come off like some people would wish it would come off. But how I come from a certain place that, you don't worry about the way a thing is wrapped. You worry about whether the information is correct. So that's what I more or less focus on. I don't really focus on how I'm delivering the message. You know what I'm saying? I don't really particularly care how it comes off, as long as I know the information that I'm holding to and my core values are intact, then I'm kind of okay with that. Man, let's see, if Figgy wants 5 minutes, good grief, give her 5 minutes. She's talking time out to help you, brother. That's just true, Melly. You know what I'm saying? Is the thing though.
Thank
It
you,
wasn't
Melly. Thank
okay.
you.
Right.
Jesus.
See, once again, Melly, I read it all. Once again, I don't pick and choose. This is what being a man is. However, when things don't go according to plan, you know what I'm saying? We had a segment, that was not planned in that, and then it takes away my ability to talk and give out what I need to give out. So that was something that, and I said that we was going to give Figgy her fast facts or fun facts, or whatever we were going to name it, and she would have her opportunity to say what needed to be said, whatever she thought was relevant. You know what I'm saying? What's that? And the third, I was teasing about it only being relevant to her. Obviously, that was tongue in cheek. You know what I'm saying? But that would give her an opportunity to say the things that she needed to say and whatever. However, I need to be able to get this information out to the public because that's what we're here for. And so I just like things to stay focused on why we're here and what we're really doing, because I don't want to get into a situation. I don't do debate shows with women. I'm not a woman's friend. I don't roll like that. I've told Figgy that previously. She'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get put in the friend category. You know what I'm saying? With colleagues, you know what I'm saying, with people that, I don't like that word. I'm friends with men. I'm not friends with attractive women. I'll be friends with a broad who built like SpongeBob SquarePants. You know what I'm saying? I'll be friends with her all day. There's no attraction there. Okay. So that's important. Let's see. I
No,
wish you the
I
best.
would like to say something. I would like to
Okay.
say something.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I will concur. He doesn't believe in friendship. I force him to be my friend. He's not comfortable with that.
Mhm.
But two, we don't have a real plan. We have a little structure, but we're like DJing this basically. We're vibing it out and we're feeling it out. Now, it's kind of annoying. You can't reprimand me since I'm doing this, we're on live and you already reprimanded me. I'm gonna go with it now, but we're not gonna do this again. This ain't gonna happen again. But you can't reprimand me on live. You can't do that. You can do that off live. Here's the other thing you can't do. You can't be screwing up your face while I'm trying to make a point. Do you know what I mean? Because then you're messing with my flow. It's the same thing when somebody interjects while you're floating. Like, allow me to float. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't talk much. You're talking the entire time. Can you not share? And I don't even really want to share. I don't even want to. But when I do have something to share, allow me that space. You know what I mean? Offer the space is all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I think that's all Melly's saying too.
Mhm. Well, shout out to both of you. Like I say, I'm not here to. I remember you had told me that you weren't well. You know what I mean. And so you were going to basically take the background. So that was that. And I know that your voice is not well as well. You know what I mean? Because as I acknowledge that you're playing hurt. So and that's like I said. Once again, I'm still learning how to work with people. That's never been really a thing, you know what I'm saying, for me. So I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to, figure that out and navigate that. Okay. I wish you the best, but you're raising a daughter, so it doesn't hurt to change a little for her. There's facts, none of your business. I think there's delivery there. Excuse me. I think there's validity there. Melinda, delivery is important too. Messages cannot be received as heard due to delivery. That's the difference, Belinda, between men. I get it, right? Right now I'm dealing with women. With men should not see things that way. A man should be able to get the information regardless, because that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't matter how somebody said something to you, it was get the message. So I do think that there's room for what you say. Like obviously if I was raising a son, there would be a different way that I would deliver a message to him versus her. You know what I'm saying? She gets the okay, baby, you know what I'm saying? This is what daddy's trying to tell you. Versus him is, look here, man, how many times I done told your silly ass, You know what I'm saying? And that's so therein lies the difference in that because, obviously, I need him to understand that being a black man is going to be hard. And he needs to understand that, there's going to be certain things that are going to come his way and they just won't be able to be. Here's the thing. I would rather me discipline you than you get down in the court systems. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't ever want you to experience what I experienced. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I have a lot of things that have happened. Nothing, foul or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot has happened as a based on me being there, and so I wouldn't want to have my son, you know what I mean, be in there. You get your discipline at home, so that way you never have to be in front of them, and they never have to discipline you. You raise a daughter, so if you don't do anything else, consider how you address women in general, because you have a daughter yourself. I think there's true to that, you know what I'm saying. But I'm also extremely. I'm Here's the thing, none of your business. I think what you said. I may not do things always the right way, and so I apologize if I when I do not, when I believe that I'm incorrect. I don't. I'll always stand and I'll always be accountable in that regard. I just there's a time and a place for everything, and sometimes that even escapes me. Right, so I'm human and trying to navigate this whole thing that's happening and trying to make things work. It's going to be hiccups. There's going to be there's no such thing as perfection. However, as I try, hopefully I'll get better. You know what I'm saying? And grow I'll grow in some facets. I like my core beliefs though. I won't change them for anybody, and I'll always remain who I am. Come on now, I figure we can't control what someone does with their face. Okay, well, Melinda, she did have a point. She did have a point. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see, because she could see I was bothered because I was trying to. You know what I mean? I'm like, Lord have mercy. You know what I'm saying? This is, and I know she's gonna get ahead of herself, and so I need to keep that. That needs to be baked into the cake as well. So I need to pay attention to that as well, and make sure just because it's not exactly the way I would want it to be at that particular point in time, that doesn't mean it's not going to be great. And she does have something to add. She does add value. So it's not that she does not add value. And I would never not acknowledge that. Okay. I have a son and daughter, and they receive the same message. Treat women and men with respect and listen carefully to what is being said and the actions that follow. They're never had to discipline. Okay. Well, listen, none of your business. You say you have a son and daughter, and they receive the same message. I think certain messages can be the same. However, my daughter's is obviously that there's just a way there's a way that I don't want her to know what trauma is. Whereas I want him to have some scars, right? I want him to be placed in situations that are uncomfortable for him and know that he can make it out himself. So that's because there won't be anybody there. 9 times out of 10, there won't be anybody there to help you, bro. All you'll have is yourself, and you'll have to dig deep because nobody cares. And I say that often. And that's one of my sayings that I got from my man Dre. You know what I'm saying? About 20 years. Shout out to my man Dre from the East Side. I was locked up when I was a kid. He was one of my bunkies. He always would say nobody cares. And you know what I'm saying? And what he was saying is you have to deal with these things. You're gonna have to figure a way out. You're gonna have to persevere. You're gonna have to dig deep. It's you. You know what I'm saying? And so that message resonated with me. And so the hardship is for men. Hardship is not for women. You know what I'm saying? Hardship is for men. I don't ever want my daughter to know what hardship looks like. I don't want her to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, like when girls talking about, I don't know what it is to, or she cannot relate to the struggle stories. Like, I don't know what that means. My daddy always took care of me. Like, I don't, my daddy and mama, like I had a great childhood. Like it was not that. Whereas I want my son to understand that life is difficult and be ready and prepared for all that comes. Okay. We raised two well-mannered adult kids who both honor students. I am pro-social, and my husband had a street light before I met him. I bet that. And shout out to you, none of your business. I bet you did a wonderful job in terms of raising beautiful children. Shout out to the two-parent households, and you know what I'm saying, and black people that hold it down and things of that nature. I wish we had more of that in our community because we need that. But I will tell you something, sister. There is room for like men like me are needed. Whether you I had to plug my thing up, y'all. So I had to move. Men like me are needed. You know what I'm saying? There is a place for men like me. You need strong men who can take the hits, because somebody has to. And so I'm willing to take the hits as long as the woman is worth taking the hits for. I'm just not going to take the hits for a woman who does not respect me. I just won't. I cannot function in chaos. You know what I'm saying? Things get cloudy, roles get cloudy, um, positions get cloudy, what should be done versus what shouldn't be done. You know what I'm saying? Gets cloudy. And I like clarity. And maybe that's the institutionalization in me, none of your business. But I think that there's a reason for that, and that helps a man. You know what I'm saying? That helps a man because he should have focus. He should be able to focus and get past the things that are in front of him. And you know what I'm saying? That's that. Shout out to the Fixter has something she would like to go ahead, Fixter.
I'm just noticing, maybe we should keep the time at 8 o'clock because I noticed the numbers have jumped up because they're accustomed to you going on at 8. Nobody is accustomed to you going on at 6. So I think we should just change it back to 8 o'clock if we're going to do Sundays, or let's just keep Tuesdays at 8. What do you guys think?
Okay, yeah,
Just,
okay,
I
that'll be a
think
good idea.
Tuesdays alone. Tuesdays alone at 8 would be best for me. I don't want to do this twice a week.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to Fix. Whatever. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what you think in the chat. Praise the Lord God in Jesus Christ's name. Okay. Okay. Miss Deborah Pink, thank you for being in here. People can change if they want to and do the work. That's my message to you. Yes, I believe that people can change. I like the word evolution. I think that's a bit of a, what's the word I'm saying? Tomatoes, right? I think evolution is always good. However, a man should have core principles that he believes in that are unshakable. Because if he doesn't, then what happens is he begins to waver all over the place, and he never finds his footing. And he's not any good to anyone because he's not standing on anything. Whether anybody agrees with him or not, he should always be willing to stand in the face of adversity. That's one of my things. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my things. Now, people may not agree with that. That may not be for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? For me, like that's what my life is built around. That's what makes me me. That's what makes me awesome. And I'll never run from that. You know what I'm saying? I'll always, stand with that. Fixter, we got 27 people in chat. Would you like to say anything before we sign off?
Do you want to sign off or do you want to keep
Well,
going? It's
I
up to
thought you
you.
said that you wanted to rap. Did I
I'm
misunderstand
just
you?
gonna go on mute since you like to hear yourself talk. So I'll just go
Okay.
on mute and you can go ahead. Oh, you got 44 people in the chat now. I think
Okay.
I think you can stay on.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go on mute. Just your wish was
Okay,
my
so what?
command.
Okay, show you right. Show you right. Okay, drop the. Okay, so we'll keep it going. This thing. She say, you know what I'm saying? We'll keep it going. We'll.
I'll tell you the number though. The number, if anyone wants to call in, is 770-988-7557. I'm gonna go on mute, and if you want the number again, just let me know. I'm gonna go chill.
All right, thank you, Fixter. Okay, so the main thing we're looking for, you know what I'm saying, is consistency. No matter what we do, you know what I'm saying, right? What you want to do, you know what I'm saying, is you're looking to be great. You know what I'm saying, and with greatness comes responsibility, and that's the way that goes. You have to accept it all. I just don't think that you cannot have it all. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do that, and that's just the way it goes. Yes, the gizmo is sleep, great success. She is asleep. She's knocked out, and that's why I'm able, you know what I'm saying, to roll a little bit. Be kind to Figgy. Melly, yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that under advisement. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely will. As far as making things, where were you in the feds in West Virginia? No, I was never in the feds, none of your business. I was on the states. I went to the states 2, 3 times. I went to the feds. No, excuse me. I was in a state joint 3 times. I went when I was 18. I went again when I was like 32, and I went again when I was like 38 or 39 or something like that, 40 or something. It's hard for me to remember. Then there was a lot, you know what I'm saying, that happened kind of in between that and stuff like that. So there's been, there's that, there's that baked into it as well. I see you got your girl power and this, that, and the third, so that's all right. Okay, just wondering, no judgment. No. Here's the thing, none of your business. I put myself out here for public consumption. I knew what would come with this. I'm a very cerebral man. I'm very tactical. I play chess, right? So I never thought that I never was under the impression that this was, y'all get them likes up now. I got 31 of y'all now. Come on now. Go and get them likes up a little bit for me. Give me 4, 5 likes now. Dang it, everybody can't be against me. Lord have mercy. Y'all got at least y'all gonna watch at least hit the like button for a brother. Let's see. Yes, and there's, like I said, I'm very super like I said, I played chess, so I knew what was coming. There was no way that you know what I'm saying, that I couldn't know what was to come. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I know that I'm going to stand in it and let that be what it is. Fixter, can you give the number please? Because there's KT get that
Sure.
KT get fashion therapy,
Sure. The number is
please.
770-988-7557. 770-988-7557.
All right. Yes. So yeah, give a call. KT get fashion. KT get fashion therapy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You can ask also. You know what I mean. Whatever you decide. If you have a question for the fixer, that's okay as well. Being one of the things that I'm gonna tell y'all too is that I didn't a life kind of. I thought that I had a whole nother course, and it's funny how a man finds his destiny on the very path that which he chose to avoid. And so, when I was moving like I was moving, I had no idea that I would be here. I had no idea this was even in my sphere. You know what I'm saying? Of because like I say, if a year ago, it's a totally different circle that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a totally different person, and here this little girl come along, and it's like, well, wait a minute. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is going on here? And I never foresaw it coming. And it's funny how we make plans, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? The plans that we thought that we had don't materialize, you know what I'm saying? Quite like we thought. And so, therein lies that. But I will tell y'all something. I really found when I got this information, and the fixer put together a promo is what she called promo. Like I couldn't believe. Well, I'm not gonna say I couldn't believe it. I knew. Like I've known these things. I've always known these things. However, when you get pure unadulterated proof, you can't really dispute it. You know what I'm saying? And people, they like to try to run around things that they're uncomfortable with. Me, I'm not. I don't run from uncomfortable conversations. You know what I'm saying? I'm going like because hey, listen, I got the facts to support me. So I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you the facts. You know what I'm saying? As they are. Now you deal with them what you may. I like the live already. Thank you, Gracie says. Appreciate you. So we just got a lot of people, that just want to just stop in. Maybe they'll say something, maybe they won't. Um, like I say, KT get money fashion. You got the number of Fixter. Can you get a number one more time, please?
Yep, the number is.
Oh, they got it. They got it. Thank you. Oh no, you're saying that. That's you.
Oh,
Go
do
ahead.
you want the
My
number?
fault. Yes, please give them the number.
Okay. The number is. What is the number? Where is it? Hold on. Oh, 770-988-7557. 770-988-7557.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Tap on in. Here's the thing. Also, listen, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I have really, really bad mucus and sinuses. Can anybody know any natural remedies for like sinuses and bad congestion and stuff? It's been like that for years for me. And I would really like something. Oh, the Fixter, hold on. Is that for me, Fixter, or you? Is that for me, or you just showing something
Well,
just
yeah. No, I can't. You can hardly see it, and I'm not able to like. Anyway,
yeah, we
it's.
don't promote. Yeah, you just saying
Oh
no,
my
okay, don't show it too much.
God.
Yeah, they ain't paid us nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, let's let the chat say it. Shoot.
It's really
Let me
good.
see.
Do you ever do a nasal rinse?
But how do you do that?
The little, what's it called? A Nevipod or something like that. The nasal rinse where it's like salt water, sort of, and you squeeze a bottle. You put it in a bottle and you squeeze up your nose and it comes out the other side.
Okay. I'm,
I
I'm
don't
at I'm at YouTube that. I'm at the YouTube that.
know.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
shouldn't be difficult. Let me see. None of your business. Everything you experience is preparing you for something else or giving you a moment to self-reflect. Sometimes it's God telling you to get it together and give you another chance to get it right. Absolutely. I'll tell you some. None of your business. And I'm gonna share something that's really, really serious too. Give it to you all the way real. No, 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 nothing else. No. I really believe that my daughter is giving me a chance to get my humanity back. Like through her, somehow I'm gonna save my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how serious it is to me, because I believe that somehow I can make my parents happy, and I can get the peace that I covet. You know what I mean? And just by doing that. So it may be my one opportunity to do something right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to miss that, because I have not done a lot right, right? And I'm going to do more right in the future, because I'm going to get a wife and I'm going to have more children and things of that nature. But right now, my major concern is keeping her safe. I don't particularly care what it looks like to people. And that's why I can post this stuff live from the shelter, and I can do whatever I want to do, because I'm built different. You know what I'm saying? Like I know who I am. And when a guy really knows who he is, you're not really tripping off nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yes, girls normally change men. Yeah, yeah, great success. It was weird because I was so different. Like I can't get into a lot of things, but I was a very, very different individual. And I'm not saying I'm a great guy now, because I know for a fact that I'm not. Now I'd be, I'd be, what's the word? What's the word? The young people say cap. However, I do know that I'm a man who has taken care of a child from the day she was born, from the very day she's born, and even previously to that, because when her mother went to the doctor, they found cocaine in her stomach. You know what I'm saying? Cocaine in her system, excuse me. So they were already plotting to take her from the jump. So I had to intervene in that process as well. So I had to move before I was even 100% sure she was mine. I had to make steps, because I knew I could always bag out later on. However, if I didn't get the process started, then it would be too late. So I had to think fast and hard, you know what I mean, about how to save this girl. And so, anybody knows that. I mean, I've never been in the child welfare system, but I can tell y'all this. I bet it's nowhere safe. I bet it's nowhere good to be. You're not going to tell me that place is a better place than a place with her own father. Well, if a little girl is not safe with her father, then where can she be safe at? If a child is not safe with its parents, if a child is not safe with her father, his father, where can they be safe? And so, that's why I laugh at people when they tell me that, oh, you should have gave her up, and excuse me, you can't do it, and things of that nature, because you study saying what I cannot do, but yet here I am doing it every day. Interesting, right? They'll say you studied say every single day what cannot happen, yet she's always happy. She always looks good. She's always clean. She's always well fed. She always has clothes. She's always so. What I'm saying is, what her motor skills are developing. So you know what I mean. Like in the end, what's the worst? That's what I'm supposed to do, right? That's what I'm saying. According to that's what you all say. That's what he's supposed to do. They found drugs in their mother's system or in the baby system. Great question, great success. They found drugs in her system. After she went to the doctor for a visit, and they took her blood, and they found cocaine. I didn't even, how they got the test? I didn't even see it. Somebody pointed it out to me. They test you for everything. I didn't know this. And then they said, and she tested positive for cocaine. And so that is what kind of began a lot of this. So I had to really move. I had to really, really make a lot of different. I didn't realize making sacrifices for this child.
You still didn't answer her question. You're
What is
saying
it?
her. Is her mother or the
Yes, her mother.
baby? Oh,
Oh,
the
yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, my apologies, Fixter, and my apologies, great success. Yes, it was the mother. They found cocaine in her mother's. I thought I clarified that. My apologies. What happened was, when she went in to take tests for something, and then they gave her a blood test, and they found cocaine in her system. So that right there is what kind of put things on a different playing field. And like I say, I was living just a totally different life. I didn't ever like if you would have told me a year, my plan was much different. I'd be doing something very different right now. And so, but that wasn't the plan that the creator had for me. And so he clearly had something else in mind. And so I'm just trying to see what that is. But I do want to say that I'm not alone in this regard. I may be one of the few men that have had my circumstances and have taken care of a child from the very day it was born. She was born. He was born. However, there are a lot of Black men who take care of their children every single day and who have been the most active and nurturing and caring and protective fathers out there. That's facts. And this narrative that's always pushed that Black men don't take care of their children, it's just a lie. Like it was never true. And yes, yes, there's going to be men who didn't. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're always going to have that. You know what I'm saying? However, by and large, a lot of men, there's a few young brothers that I see when I drop my daughter off at daycare. These young brothers is 23 and 24 coming to pick up 2 and 3 kids. This is facts. I see these guys. Like I see them all the time. You know what I mean? And like there's so many Black men, like there's so I mean, it's crazy, right? And you know, if the system didn't get them, I mean, they didn't end up in jail, and the mother didn't poison the waters, more times than not, you would see even more. You know what I mean? So it's not like these things don't happen, y'all. And I just get tired of y'all trying to act like it doesn't happen. It does. It's a lie. It's a lie, y'all, and I'm living it. It's a lie. And so this is why I really want to push my not that I want anybody to take me serious, you know what I'm saying, or not take me serious. I just want things to be known because I want to, now whatever you choose to do with it is up to you. I don't particularly care one way or another. But what you're not gonna do is act like Black men don't take care of their children every day. And I'm an advocate for these men because they've been pushed down, they've been told that they don't matter. It's not a lot of single fathers. Let me see, what is it? Mona Lisa. Okay, Mona Lisa makeup. Some of y'all do, but most don't. Mona Lisa makeup. I promise. Okay, I'll tell you what. I you show me some statistics. Y'all don't. Okay, you show me some statistics that show me I'm lying. You show me some because I can show you statistics that prove what I'm saying is correct. Now you show me something that says Black men are not the most involved and nurturing fathers out there. That's why I'm scared to have kids now. Well, Mona Lisa, you should be looking for a husband first, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing. You should be looking for a husband. Don't worry about a child until you got a husband, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Don't never circumvent the process. See, that's what happens in our community. We try to do too much. I want you to, well, you saying of course, but you said I'm scared to have children. You wouldn't be scared to have children if you were under your husband's protection and your love. You know what I'm saying? Like don't miss that. Shout out to Jay Royal. What's up, Gizmo? Well, I'm not Gizmo, Jay Royal. My daughter's Gizmo. I'm the goon, right? Shout out to you for being here and thank you. I'm not Gizmo though. My daughter's Gizmo. That is the Gizmo. She's in the back. She's knocked out. She got it. You know what I'm saying? So Gizmo, I'm 27. What should my priorities be? Okay. Who are you? Oh, you the goon. Yes. What now? What now? Okay, I can't see. Are you a female, Jay Royal? Are you a female? I believe you're a woman, but I can't really tell. Is that a woman? Fixter, help me out.
I can't see.
Right,
You can
the
see
fixer
better
needs
than
her
me.
glasses. I don't know. She knows she needs her glasses. Lord have mercy. Yes. Okay. Yes, Jay. Well, what should my priorities be? Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I guess. Okay. No. No, Jay. Well, I wasn't throwing cap. I can't really see. I can just see a little bit of the pictures. You know how they got the little circles, and I can see a silhouette, but I can't tell exactly what's what. So you know what I mean? No, I'm not throwing no shade. No, I would never throw no shade. I don't. No, no, no. Please don't take that way. What I mean, what should your priorities be? Great question. What do you want? Absolutely. What do you want? So, and then we can talk about what should your priorities be. What did you see your life? What did you see your life being? What do you want? And then we can talk about what your priorities should be. Once I see what you want or know what you want, then we can kind of go from there. Why are you asking a man what your priorities should be? Well, Mona Lisa makeup, she has a point. Like, here's the thing: what better man to ask than Awesome? Because nobody's gonna tell her this stuff but me. See, you're dealing with a lot of cornballs, so therefore, you know what I mean? You're not gonna get no right answers. You're gonna get the answers. You're gonna get a corny answer. You don't get a corny answer from me. Just watch this. I'm gonna give you one. I'm asking as far as my age, sis. Okay, she's talking to her. Career or family? What's more important? Well, here's the thing. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate coin flip that a lot of women have making, right? A lot of times we think that we can have it all and we can't. That goes for men as well. Men are more apt to get it all just because of the way society is structured for us. Women generally have to make a decision. You're 27 years old. Did you go to school? Did you graduate? What's your career path? Because here I'm gonna tell you something. See, Mona Lisa makeup. See, here you go. See, listen, I watched the interview. Mona Lisa makeup. You. Please stop the cap, sir. No, I don't do no capping. Also, don't do no capping. Here's the thing, Mona Lisa. Excuse me, Jay Royal. Once I know exactly what you want, then we can kind of go from there. You know what I'm saying? What? And if you're asking, then I think you already know the answer. Yes, I think you already know the answer. I believe a black woman should be prioritizing her family, right? I believe because here's the thing, right? What you okay? Here's the thing. What woman wants to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, shower, get dressed, jump in traffic, fight through it, get to work, sit in someone's office, take orders, leave, come home, feet hurting, stressed, back issues from you know what I'm saying, or whatever case that comes with that stuff. What woman really truly wants that? What woman truly really wants to go through the rigors of of and everything that comes with being a career driven woman? But we are always told to be independent. I know, Jay Royal, that was the problem. That's where you were lied to, and it's not your fault. You know what I'm teaching my daughter right now? Interdependence. I 100% say that. Interdependence. Interdependence means understand that you're a part of a group and you have a role to play inside said group. You cannot, excuse me, my daughter, I don't want her talking that independent boss shit to me. I'm not hearing that. Your dad didn't raise you to be no boss. Like pressure is not for women. Pressure is for men. You should want to be up under. You should be. Women normally get the most the most satisfaction from being with a man who they respect and admire under his leadership, and he's providing for her, and she's taking care of her. What woman doesn't want to be home nurturing her children? And let's not ever act like that's not a job. Lord knows that is a anybody who said that's not a job is a fool. You know what I'm saying? That is a job in itself. Taking care of your man full time, prioritizing, making sure his keeping his schedule and itinerary straight, making sure that his cufflinks and his suits and his shoes are, you know what I'm saying, immaculate, and you know what I mean, keeping him, keeping your home clean, and giving him the ability to think and to process information. Because when he walks in, that's a place where he can he wants to come to. He looks forward to walking into the home to see his woman and his children. He looks forward to it. He doesn't dread it. It's not like a drag on him. That is a job. So when these women talking that independent stuff, they're all that boss broad stuff. You know what I mean? That just doesn't serve a woman well. It doesn't. It doesn't because men don't like that. The men that you want don't want that. They don't. And if you want a man whom you respect and admire, you're gonna need to start to prioritize in the family. You're 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? Are you looking? Are any eligible suitors in your field? Take care of your man at home. I don't think he'll ever leave. That's facts. That's facts, Jay. Well, that's facts. You take care of your man at home. Jay, well, men don't leave. Now, that doesn't mean that men don't cheat. That's something totally different. And truth be told, a lot of times men aren't really cheating. They're just exercising their options. You know what I'm saying? They just get a little side trim. But you don't ever let go of your man for anything small. Then you left with kids and no money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like here's the thing. You need to prioritize. I think Mona Lisa makeup is I don't want to use the word bitter because I don't know you, so I don't want to say that. However, I don't subscribe to what you say, Jay Royal, excuse me, Mona Lisa makeup, because the numbers show that women are the most depressed of any of between the two genders. Women are the ones who are dealing with a lot from from a depression standpoint, right? And I believe it's because you're out of order with your men. You out of your purpose. You out of order with your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Are man naturally polygamous? Is that cheating? Well, I'm gonna tell you, J. Royal, if you want a man that you admire and respect, 9 times out of 10, he's going to be involved in something at some point in time. Here's the thing that I would say: he should be respectful with what he do. It should never come back home, and you should never be ever made to be look or feel like you're less than. You know what I'm saying? Like and anytime and no real man is gonna put some whore above you anyway. That just don't happen. Real men don't put whores above their wives. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes men like side trim. It's kind of like it may not be right, but I'm just gonna tell you the truth. It's kind of like for us, let me see, Gizmo sleep. Busting the nut is like kind of taking a dump. It's kind of like that in truth. You know what I'm saying? Buzzing is kind of like taking a dump. It really is. It's just so automatic. It's not even. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of the way that goes. I don't think that you should ever put too much stock into that. Women need to take care of themselves, and a good man will appreciate that because if he fall ill, someone needs to take care of home, and man and woman should be able to come together on it all. Yeah, I think there's truth to that. Man, a woman needs to take care of themselves, and a good man. Yes. None of your business. I think that cheating shouldn't be tolerated. Okay, Yana, she said cheating should be tolerated. Okay, that's her opinion. Shout out to you, Yana. I appreciate you tapping in. Things are going to happen. I just, cheating shouldn't be tolerated. I get okay. Here's my thing, and this is what I always say: you're with a man and you admire and love and respect him. However, he got some side trim, but this is a man that you see a real future with. Is it? I guess. Is it worth leaving him for what may be out there? You know what I mean? Like I guess that would be and some people would say yes. So whatever, I guess it kind of default. It's kind of where you fall on it, right? I feel like when a man cheat, there are no recovering from that. Okay, Jay Royal, but here's the thing though: there's very few men that are not going to do that. There's very few men that are not going to cheat. Listen, most of these men can barely provide for themselves, nor can they have the responsibility that comes with leading family household. Ladies, get an education, make a lot of money. Yeah, we disagree with that. There are a lot of men who can provide. It may not be to the lifestyle that you know what I mean, that to some lifestyles, rich and famous lifestyle. But however, there's a lot of black men who don't have any problem taking care of their women. And you know what I mean? Here's the thing. I'm gonna give y'all some game too. When I was in West Virginia, there was a sorority full of white girls, and in the sorority full of white girls, they had one goal in mind: find a husband. Their parents literally sent them to college to find husbands. That was the number one role of this particular story. I can't remember the name of it, and I'm sure they aren't the only ones. So they was doing two things at one time: getting an education, but also looking for suitable suitors, guys who were going someplace. And they, you know what I mean, and they're like, okay, you know what I mean. This guy's going someplace, so let me jump on this bandwagon, right? So so these other women can figure it out. They're not smarter than black women. They're not better than black women. So how is it that black women are not able to do the same thing? It's not that they're smarter or better than you. That's bull crap. You know what I mean? It's because they're not, right? Listen, most of these men, so they can definitely do that. So if women cheat, it shouldn't be a big deal either. Great question, Mona Lisa. Makeup, absolutely, it's a big deal because that's one of those double standards that we talk about, right? Life is full of double standards. I know we don't like that. I know we don't want to accept that life is full of double standards, but it is. There's things that women do that men don't like. That's deal breakers, and you know what I mean. And that's that, right? When you give my box up, I was speaking about this earlier today on the phone. When you give my box up to another man, that's it. You give up what belonged to me, that's it. Because what do I always say? And I literally gave this analogy: a key that a crappy lock that's opened by a lock that's opened by a bunch of keys is just a crappy lock. But a key that opens a bunch of locks is called a master key. So that would be what I say about that. I think man feels empowered with more than one woman. Well, here's the thing, Jay. Well, men of power, men of stature, they've always done these things. Like this isn't anything new. Like, so this isn't anything new under the sun that we're dealing with. We're just having these conversations online, but these things have always been done. Men have always had side trim in some way, shape, or form. Once again, it's not a right or a wrong thing. It's just a what it is thing. And so what you have to decide is, is the man worth what you is going through with him worth it? And that would be the issue. Because here's the thing, we all know that it's harder if he's a successful man. It's going to be more easier for him to find a woman that's going to take him in regardless of that, and it will be more difficult for you to find a man. Usually when women leave the men that they're with, they usually don't get a better man. You know what I'm saying? Usually they don't get a better man than the one that they were with. So that's something that you should consider as well. I think, man, okay, who wouldn't? Exactly why very few, let me see, exactly, very few men is not going to cheat. Yeah, that's facts. You know what I'm saying? This is not the old generations where they stay in struggle love because he provides. Ladies, get your own and keep your own. You need to bring something of value to the table as well. Okay, here's the thing. None of your business. I think that's partially true. What I will tell my daughter is this. Here's the thing, and this is why I always say accountability is for men. It's not for women. People don't like when I say that, but I'm going to qualify it here. When a man is unaccountable, people look at him like he's an idiot. People like, like, bro, you really said that? Like, you really are dumb. Like you are not a man who is to be counted on. That's why there's such thing as being a man of your word. There's no such thing as being a woman of your word. Like, no, that's not a thing. Being a man of your word means being able to be counted upon and being able to stand up despite what's going on around you. And if a woman is not accountable, that doesn't mean she's not going to get a husband. If she's a beautiful, virtuous, honest girl, she's going to get a husband. You know what I'm saying? She's going to get a husband. Figure, I see you keep throwing that 8 lion thing. Are you doing that? Okay, fix it on mute. Okay,
What did you say?
no, it's like when I make a good point, it said the he ain't lying thing is popping up, and I just say she
Oh
doing.
wow, no, that's just God.
Okay, that's
I
where.
guess.
Okay. That happened a few times. Okay. Thank you. So let me see. I can see what you mean. None of my business. Okay. Let me see. Struggle love. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the struggle love, none of your business. It's not necessarily about struggle, man. It's about understanding that the man is going somewhere. You see what I'm saying? See, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all ladies how to vet men. Y'all look at the wrong things. Y'all don't know how to pick men. You don't. You don't know what you should be looking for. So Awesome's gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how to get the man that you're looking for. You gotta look at a guy and look at his habits. You have to pay attention to how he moves. You look at him and see if he's a man of discipline. You look at him and see if he's a man of focus. He may not have much at that particular point in time that you meet him, but you can see that he's going someplace, right? His stock may be low at that point, but you buy low. That's how the stock market works, y'all. You buy low. That's how you hit. Now, some people say you shouldn't date off potential. Listen, it's not just about being potential. It's about that and the track record of sticking to something. You know what I'm saying? How does he move? How does he move? What is he moving about? Does he read? Does he not read? What is he reading? Uh, does he make it? I was saying something so small, like just making your bed up. Just, you know what I'm saying? Does he make his bed up? Does he fix his own breakfast? Does he eat out a lot? What does he eat? Does he smoke? How much does he smoke? Where is his money going? You know what I'm saying? Does he have a little bit of a savings? Does he have a plan, ladies? And so this is a man you can get behind because you can say, you know what? He may not be where he wants to be right now, but however, if I buy in now and I get online now, there's no telling where this guy is going to go with a little bit of direction for me. And so that's what I mean. So it's not that, because here's the thing: when a man's already made, what can you offer him besides box at that point? You weren't there with him, and he remembers that. And if he's a man with any type of brains, he's gonna be like, yeah, baby, you late to the party. Yeah, you like me now, but you didn't like me then. And you may say, well, I didn't know you're gonna turn out to be this. Yeah, well, I did. Right. And men tend to hold that against women. They do. So that's why I want y'all to start to try to get these guys a little bit sooner, We are annoyed. We annoyed. Let me see. We annoyed just that there aren't enough black men who are eligible. Well, here's the thing. There are black men eligible. There's a lot of black men that are making 30, 40, 50 grand a year that you can build with. Listen, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. Because y'all don't know nothing, man. But that's okay. That's because y'all women and most of y'all silly. Do y'all know that there are black men that literally are doing better than the street niggas and the scammers? I'm talking about the workers. I'm talking about this guys. That dude might be sitting on 20, 30,000 in savings. Now you might say, that's not a lot of money, Austin. But guess what? That's $20,000, $30,000 in cash that you can, and he might have a 750 credit score. He just don't really particularly know what to do with his money. So he's just sitting around stacking it. He don't have a good woman around him to say, hey, baby, let's start an ice cream business. Or let's start this and let me be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you buy this? I'll run it. And you see what I'm saying? This is where I say wisdom and balance comes in. This is why having a good woman is so important, right? Nobody wants to struggle life. That's not normal. Well, here's the thing, R, it's not about having a struggle. R, I'm gonna be real with you. How do you think the Asians and the Indians and the Mexicans come up? How do you think they come up? I'm going to tell you. They all get in the house. They all live together. They all work with each other. The women take care of the children. The men get out there and they work in these restaurants and they're all in the same house. It might be 15 people in this one house. They're all working together for a common goal. It keeps the rent low because each one chips in. You know what I mean? They all they rent together, they're all chipping in bills, so they're all paying bills, and it all might come to maybe 40 or 50 bucks a month out of each pocket. And the rest they just stacking, right? So what I'm saying is that's where you miss out. And these women are with their men from the beginning. And these men turn these businesses into something and they take care of their wives. That's when y'all see these Asian women and these East Indian women with these Louis bags. You know what I'm saying? These Louis bags, you know what I'm saying? These Birkin bags, they was with their man from the jump. I'm just telling y'all what it is. So you can fight it all you want, but also I'm telling you. So, and when you don't like if you listen to me, you're gonna get what you want. I promise. But you don't listen to me, you're gonna have a problem. I never wanted a man to provide for me. He is there as a partner and to help me when I fall short and vice versa. We help each other because I am not his child and he isn't mine. Okay, none of your business. If that's what worked y'all, listen. Because y'all got to remember, I'm reading this stuff slow, and so I'm just kind of, I got the little arrow thing. I get it. None of your business. Here's the thing: you've been married 15 years. I don't get in no married person's household. You got 2 children. You clearly know what you're doing, and so that's working for you. And so I'm not knocking that. Now, me personally, I'm not no woman's partner. Okay, I don't like that word partner. I'm your husband. I'm your man. You're my wife. You're my woman. We're not doing that partner stuff. I don't like that because here's the thing. That's if you notice, that's a word that was never used before. That's a word that use. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not your partner. I'm your man. If you have a problem saying I'm your man, then I don't want any part of that. Now, that's just for me personally, but the success that you have had and what you've contributed to the black community by being married to a black man and having black children that are successful, I don't got nothing to say about that. So shout out to you on that. Listen, your aunties, and okay, then the man needs to be faithful. Okay, here's the thing. It's hard for me to fight a negative because here's the thing. You're asking a man to fight against his nature. You know what I'm saying? You're asking a man to go against his nature. Successful men tend to go for a box. They're going to get some box. You know what I'm saying? Like in the end, like what are you going to do? Blow up your home in order to prove a point? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that Mona Lisa makeup. I don't understand. And truth be told, women don't want a man that other women don't want anyway. So let's keep it a back. Let's keep it above. Stop playing with me. Okay, then the man needs to be faithful. Okay, I got that. Figgy said it's God. I don't know about that with the fixer. Man, I like this. Man, I like this man. Okay, shout out to Jay Roy. Appreciate like you too, baby. Most men are not even having these conversations. Yeah, because they don't know what to do and they're afraid. They don't really know what to say. So here's the thing: what you have, Jay Roy, you have a lot of men on YouTube that see you don't want to make anybody upset. You don't want to upset women, and you want to seem like a man who stands on business. So you kind of find yourself in this gray area trying to please everybody, yet you please nobody. What I think you see right now, Austin don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a blank. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't care less. You know what I'm saying? It could be one of y'all in here and I would cook. Because in the end, you know what I'm saying, I'm a man and that's what I stand on, and I don't care nothing about what nobody. I don't live my life for other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about social media. I don't care nothing about people. That's why I can show my life in the shelter, because I'm still that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get what I want, and I think whoop whoop, whoop whoop whoop. Okay, let me see. Most men are not having a conversation. Never date a man on potential. You're stuck on that Mona Lisa makeup. Okay, that's fine. I get where you coming from, and like I said, I do respect it. But you got my take on it. Let me see. Never ask a man what you should be doing. Talk to your elders, aunts, grandmothers, and they will tell you the truth about marriage and men and how to protect yourself so you are always prepared. Listen, okay, none of your business. That may be some truth there. However, if there's, like right now, my daughter don't have anybody to ask. Who's she gonna ask? She got to ask daddy, right? And daddy has to have good information. And you got to remember too, I got my 26-year-old daughter married. My 26-year-old daughter married is because of me, because she listened. Daddy gave her the facts. Daddy gave her the information, and now she is married to her husband, her child's father. She has all of her children with one man, and she was going to leave him. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't particularly like him. And to be told, when I seen him, I got smoke for him about something else that happened previously. But he's still my son-in-law, but I have much respect for him because of what he did, right? And so that's my whole point. So a lot of times we want to try to act like you know, I have to acknowledge that. I have to acknowledge that the man married, like my daughter literally implemented the steps and the strategy that I told her, and she was married within 30 days, right? After dating him 10 years and was going to leave him, right? But once again, it wasn't about me, it was about her getting married. I have a little bit of track record in myself, and my daughter is married because of her daddy, and I couldn't be prouder of my baby. Shout out to my baby. Never, ever, ever date a man on potential. She is, oh, Lord have mercy. Let me see exactly what I said before I came in. Okay. Okay. My women are not supposed to. Okay. Oh, my women are now supposed to provide direction. Okay, Melly, here's the thing. Not necessarily. I want to make that very clear. He should know his purpose. He should know what he's supposed to do. When a woman comes in and she provides his wisdom, what she's saying is, I see that you have I see that you have X potential. I see where you can go. I see what you can be. I see everything that I can see further than you, because God made me that way. I see you are a man of vision and purpose and guts. However, he may not exactly know what to do in terms of his money. This is where a good woman comes in. Y'all got to remember something. We Black people were in a circumstance that no other race of people have had to endure. We have had to overcome things that other races have not ever had to overcome, right? So they're going to be different. The standards for us are not going to be the same. It's not going to be because of what we've experienced. We have to give grace in that regard. You know what I mean? To both men and women. You know what I'm saying? It can't be that way. Or it can be if that's what you want. But I'm just telling you, like when you there for a man, no, you don't provide him direction. He knows his direction. What you do is, baby, you just gotta give him a little nudge. You know what I mean? Baby, I believe in you. I see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with you. You know what I mean? And as long as the man knows you're with him, he'll run through a wall for you. Because that's how we're built. Oh my, women are not supposed. Okay, I got that. Melly or the devil. I don't know. Okay, men don't bring nothing to the table. That is, you is terrible, sister. That's Lord have mercy. We got to get you a man. Men have to leave. Men who have their stuff together will never tell a woman to date someone down on their luck. That's a good one. Let me see. Let me make sure I address that. Let me see. Let me see. Wait a minute. I want to go back there. All right. Men who have their stuff together would never tell a woman to date someone down on their luck. Here's the thing. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't. I'm just telling you, the same guy that the guy that's up, if you want him, put it like this, you have a better chance of getting a man to appreciate you and be faithful, if that's what you so desire, if you there with him from some humble beginnings. That's all, because we remember who was there in the beginning. We just remember that. We do. And so you can't blame a man or fault him for not having the same the same regard for a woman who was not there in the beginning. You can't do that. I mean, or you can. Let me say that. I'm not gonna say you can't, but that wouldn't be my that would be my take. Let me see. So a good man will appreciate a strong woman who has the ability to provide for herself. A man that downplays that is insecure and will be your down. Okay, great, great, great. None of your business. We disagree there. A good man will appreciate a strong woman. I like my woman a little vulnerable in truth. I think there's strength in her vulnerability. I'm strong enough for us both. I don't need a strong woman. I really don't. I have no room in my life for a strong woman. Not in that regard. Not in the way that I'm strong. Right? I need her to be strong in the areas where I'm weak, which means I lack empathy. I lack I lack some a bit of care and concern for others. I'm very cold. I can be very callous. So I need her to be strong in those areas. I need her to be able to put her hand on me and tell me, baby, it's gonna be okay. Calm down. You know what I mean? When I start to go through these, or when I have these night terrors at night where I start breaking out in these cold sweats, you know what I'm saying? And she like, she rubbing me like, baby, it's gonna be all right. You know what I mean? You're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? You okay. You here with me. Those are the things. So I don't so in that regard, you know what I mean? I don't like a strong woman because I don't ever want a woman to think she has to be my strength. You know what I'm saying? I'm her backbone, I'm her rock. That's me. Now, I made that downplays that is insecure and will be your down. I'm a lot of things, but I'm never insecure, none of your biz. I'm a lot of things. Some good, some bad, never insecure. How now ask him why he had 3 baby mamas and no wife. Okay, great, Mona Lisa. Well, I have two mothers of children. I have a 26-year-old and her. And marriage was not a priority, right? And truth be told, Mona Lisa makeup, marriage was not a priority. I've always wanted to. I just had a different life. So now I want to now I want to absolutely make that a priority. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Shout out to Yana. Well, he deserved. Well, he doesn't have 3 billion. Thank you, Yana. And the next child that I have would absolutely be in wedlock. That's for sure. Or be the woman that I'm absolutely marrying. That's facts. This is a circumstance that has shown many his environment, but this is a circumstance have shown many his environment and don't determine the flower. He's growing, he's smart, and most importantly, strong during this time. Shout out to you, Jay Royal. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Damn type. Let me see. That's not a cultural norm for us, right? Though I'm not quite sure what you mean. It's not a cultural norm. It's not a cultural norm. Well, I'm not sure. You're gonna let me know what you mean. Imagine getting a man's wisdom like this in a shelter. He's stronger than most. Salute King. Must have run. I'm gracious and humble to you, Jay Roy, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm just what God. I'm whatever the Creator allows. Right. I'm nothing more than what He will allow. And I have my weak moments, and I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But obviously I've been through some things, and I'm grateful for everything that I've been through because the Creator has made it so. How did the thing get lighter? I'm missing everything. I don't know what the hell just happened. Y'all know I don't know what's happening. Y'all still in here? Okay, I don't know. Okay, for the record, let me see. Imagine. Okay, for the record, I don't subscribe to half of Awesome's ideology. On the other hand, he isn't lying. Well, okay, well, thank you, that girl figure. I appreciate you, and that's facts. It's not important that we always agree on things, but you know what I'm saying. It's just important that we be able to look at things objectively, and you take what you can, leave the rest. Jay Royal, I understand this man is entertaining, but he's not wise. You have 3 older women in the chat saying the same thing. Well, you know what, Mona Lisa, that's fair. Listen, if that you don't think I'm wise, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You may not think I'm wise, and that's okay, right? If you're able to get something from me, then great. If you cannot get nothing from me, then great. I still love Black women no matter what. Let me tell y'all something, right, about me, about Awesome. And this is just the facts. I love Black women. I'm going to marry one no matter what. I'm not one of these men who has turned his back on his women. I was in West Virginia doing my thing and I had a baby with a white girl because I like pretty bitches. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm a fan of beauty, but always at the top of my list is a Black woman. That's facts. So anybody that knows me knows that, and that's why I'm here. Okay. So I'm not a guy isn't I could have made a lot of different choices. However, you know what I'm saying, that I want to be, because no one can speak to me the way a Black woman can. That's facts. Jerry, well, I understand that. Okay, I got that. I'm not fighting it. I'm speaking based on reality. Okay. Don't hold this man to his past. We can say anything about you. That's his facts, Jerry. Well, we either get it now, then never in life. Yes, yes. So he can teach his children. See, he's exactly, not wise at all. Can careless. Let me see. Can careless what it say? Can careless what y'all say? Okay. That's fine. You'll learn the hard way, love. Okay. Are you married, Mona Lisa? Okay, that's a great question, Mona Lisa. Let me see. Pookie Luther King, my brother. Shout out to Theo Cooper and do better podcast. What's up? What's up, Sean? What's that? Let's see. My own perspective is Pookie Luther King, my brother. Shout out, baby. That's funny. Shout out to Theo King and the do better podcast. Thank you. My own perspective. I appreciate Theo Luther. That's funny. Pookie Luther King. Are these any men on here curious as to what other men are thinking? Well, well, let me see. I'm not particularly sure about other men. I'm speaking to the ladies because that's who's in the chat. So you know what I mean. We're gonna respect that. You're trying to get these younger women or gang because we have experience and wisdom, but they turn around and call us haters. I can't. Well, she has a point, Mona Lisa makeup. A lot of you women are jealous. I'm not saying you specifically, so don't think I'm throwing shade. A lot of women are jealous of, you know what I mean, these youngest girls, youth and beauty. They tend to be, and because that is a woman's number one currency. So there's that. I'm not saying that's the fact. And a lot of women don't know what it is to be in. A lot of women don't know what it is to be in a relationship with a man who's a provider and a protector. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even know what it looks like. They've heard he exists. It's kind of like Bigfoot. I heard Figgy. I told Figgy this one day. I said it's kind of like Bigfoot. You know, you heard he exists, but you don't. You know, you see footprints and you see some trees knocked down, but you haven't really seen him. So a lot of women don't really know what it looks like. So they're gonna knock it. We're trying to put these. Let me see exactly showing his mindset in the shelter. Never found that. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay Royal. None of his ladies. If you decide to have a man who served any time, do a background check. You discern. Sometimes they will say and pretend to be anyone. That's facts. Shout out to none of your business. None of your business. That's the best comment that's fact. Let me get to that. I'm glad I didn't skip that. None of your business is 1,000% correct. I'm gonna tell you, ladies, something. You're getting the realest here, but most of them guys are not. 70 to 80% of them guys are involved in homosexual behavior. That's facts. Okay. Awesome can tell you because I know. So, and I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all pick up on it. This is how y'all know if a guy done time and he was involved in that lifestyle. He always talking about gay people in terms of I hate them. I don't like them. And we'll do you like, well, damn, why? You know what I'm saying? I just can't stand them. Yeah, bro, you projecting. That's one. Two, he did time like me, but he don't got no friends. Well, you mean to tell me you did all that time in prison, but don't nobody call you? Why don't nobody call you to check on you or you don't got no friend? You mean to tell me you did 5 years, 6 years, 7, 8, 10 years in prison and you don't have no friends? None that call and say, what up, bro? You know, what's happening out there? Send me a couple dollars. Whoopty, whoopty, whoop. Yeah, he's trying to leave his past behind. You know what I'm saying? That guy got something to hide. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's another way. And another way is when you're looking at, you can, you know what I'm saying? The way he make you can just, he everything he should be doing, it should be in a masculine fashion. Now, here's the thing: that don't necessarily mean nothing. You know what I mean? However, you just have to pay attention and use some discernment. Shout out to None of Your Business for putting that out. She is 1,000% correct. You have to be careful with a guy. You know what I'm saying, when he's done time, because you don't know what his what his potential. What he could be capable of. Mona Lisa makeup. Marriage don't define love. Yeah, well, Mona Lisa, that's easy to say when you don't have it, right? You know what I mean? See, and I'm not throwing shade. I'm just keeping it. Keeping the stack, as the young people say. There's nothing better than a woman walking in to a room full of other women, and she has that ring on her finger. There's nothing better. That is the quintessential flex. When she walks in that room with that Louis purse that her man just, that Louis bag. She got that bag wrapped. And she, you know what I'm saying? She got a night. She ain't even doing too much. You know who she belongs. She's dressed like she's elegant and she got that ring on her finger. It's the ultimate flex, right? And I hope that you able to get that one day. However, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to change a lot of your thoughts in that regard. But you're combative, you'll never be open to listen. Okay, that's her talking to you. Marriage after 30 days. Okay, I don't know if y'all talking to me. I'm not combative, I'm smart. I'm cool, carry on. I don't see that love, but I'm here to listen. None of business. What's the right price? Let me see. None of your business. What's the right? Okay, no, I don't think that's for me. Marriage is what you make it and cannot survive without respect, love, and communication. You have to have goals and achievements outside or your spouse. Only you can make you happy. What? Okay, I'm gonna deal with that last part. Here's the thing: when she's right, none of your business has a point there with that last part. Only you can make you happy. Here's the thing: that's God's job to make you happy. That's not my job to make you happy. It would be like this. My job, okay. Let's just say, for a minute, hypothetically speaking, you were a colored TV, right? Let's just use this analogy. My job as a man is to make you high definition, but you were already a color TV. You see what I'm saying? And that's so she has a point there. Only you can make you happy. That right. That's right. That is God's job to make you happy. I tried that once before and it was a terrible circumstance. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. So she is right about there. Communication, you know what I'm saying? Yes, to a certain degree, but men don't really like to communicate as much because I'm talking because I'm on YouTube for real, and you know what I mean? I have to give y'all content, you know what I mean? But the truth in a relationship, I don't really want to do all that much talking. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to look at her. She looks at me, and we kind of know what it is. Yes, communication is good, and but there's a thing. There's a such thing as all 97% of community. What is it? 92 or 93% of all communication is nonverbal anyway. So you know what I'm saying. And, that's that. You know, there has to be a hierarchy. None of your business. I think that there absolutely has to be a hierarchy, and that for me that has to be that way because I can't accept it no other way. Molly's this man literally just admitted that it's okay for a man to cheat. You just heard what you want to hear, sister. Go on. Marriage after 30 days, that's asinine. Well, it depends on, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. There are people that jump into marriage, you know what I'm saying? And there are people, listen, there are people that have waited, 15 years to get married, then all of a sudden they divorced in 2 years. So I mean, I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way to do it. I just think you just go for it. You know what I mean? And you just say, hey, I want to give this a shot. But you have to be willing to really try. Like a lot of people just don't want to try. They you know what I mean? Everybody's so quick to give up. You know what I mean? And so, especially with women today, they just think that there's options galore out there of men. If you got you a quality man, baby, hold on to him. Let's see, marriage up 30 days. Let's see. No, he said men have options, and that's facts. If he isn't married, they sure do. Thank you. Men will tell women anything when they in survival mode. Money, parole address, homes, cars. Well, that's facts. Also, none of your business. Here's the thing. Okay. I know you're not throwing shade, but I'll just use my circumstance. I'm not in survival mode. Since survival mode is where you'll do anything. I won't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And here's the proof. You can tell by the way I talk. I didn't come over here trying to be like anybody else and trying to, you know what I'm saying, woo and you know what I mean, and trying to, appease people and trying to make people feel good. Nah, I didn't do that. So some people could say, well, you know what I mean? Why isn't you? Because I'm a man and I stand on what I stand on and I don't care nothing about. I'm gonna win regardless. And y'all will see because y'all are my day ones. So whether you like me or don't like me, you will see. And so that's just what that'll be. Men will tell them, okay, I got that one, and that is coming from my husband who just overheard about 5 minutes of this nonsense. Well, listen, whatever your husband, listen, I don't argue with no married woman. I want to say that 1,000% clear. Y'all have a household, and clearly it's working just fine for the both of you. Shout out to Black Love. Shout out to what works in your house. You know what I'm saying? If that what works in your house and your husband does not agree, that's okay. If he doesn't like me, that's okay. I respect I respect marriage, and so I respect the sanctity of it. And so it would be unwise for me to comment, you know what I mean, further, on that. Your husband spoke, and that's what it is. He said they were together for 10 years. She was about to leave, basically gave her baby dad an ultimatum, then got married with her. Okay, he said they were together for 10 years. She was about to leave. Basically, she gave her baby dad an ultimatum, then got married. Okay, I think y'all have another conversation that I missed. Married men not wanting to risk all. Married men are wanting to risk it all when they see me. Okay, well, I mean, that sounds a little, that sounds a little vain, don't you think, Mona Lisa makeup? I mean, what makes you think that maybe want to risk it all when they see me? Okay, well, here's the thing. Yeah, you may be pretty, right? First of all, I don't believe in perfection. So let's just say for a minute you're a 9. That's about, well, I go a 9.5. That's super cold. That means that bitch is bad, man. You know what I'm saying? So I go about a 9.5. I don't do 10s because I don't believe in perfection personally, right? So with that being said, is he willing to? Yeah, you may be like that, but however, I'm listening to the way you speak, and it doesn't seem like a man can get any peace with you. So that's the thing. You know what I mean? You should be if you're that beautiful, then there's no reason you should be on the market. You know what I mean? You should be off the market if what you're saying is true. Because here's the thing: a man will take a 6. That's not a headache. Over a 9. That is. I promise you that. I'm telling you that. And so I'm gonna tell you something else. Kendra said that he said he wants an elite black woman. What did I say, y'all? I said I wanted a woman who was a 6 in the face at a minimum, 8 in the body, had no kids, and what you know what I'm saying, and could fill the gaps that I have. That's what I said. Did anybody hear anything else? Like I'm more than willing to listen. Like y'all see me here. Married men be wanting risk. Okay, I got that. A man, let me see, should look for a woman only when he is in a place of healing and stability. Okay, you may, hey, listen, that may be, listen, one thing about it, none of your business. I want you to know that I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling you I'm different, right? And so I'm going to do what I want to do because, again, I keep saying that I believe that black men's masculinity is always tied to the wrong things. So I wanted to show up and show them what it really looks like. This is a guy who really stands. This is a guy who really don't care. And this is a guy who really claimed what he said and took it. He went out and took it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to motivate black men. So that's my that's one of my passions. To hold the assets to the key, self-control to strength. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, but here's the thing. Just add logic. Just because a man has a listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let me keep it real with y'all. If y'all think that men don't have sex with women, you know what I mean, in these high powered men don't have social clubs where there are let's call them women of the night, right? Professionals who are there, and these men indulge in all kinds of debauchery through the weekend and then come home. You be fooling yourself, right? You be fooling yourself. These are women that are professionals. They have clubs. They have clubs where these men go, the elite of the elite, and they have the best of the best. And everything is in discretion. Everything is discreet. I went in one time in Houston. I could not believe what I saw. I'm telling you, I went in one. You would not believe. I could not believe it. I'm like, wow, it was like a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? When you see these things, you're like, wow. It was almost like a who's who. Now, because also from the street, he won't do no name dropping. I saw a couple people there I recognized. This is I saw people there that I recognized from TV. So I want, and I know they was married. So what I'm telling y'all is this notion that y'all, a lot of women live in a fantasy world. A lot of women live in TV world. Y'all live off Bad Girls Club, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of them cornball ass shows where you know what I'm saying. Well, or some type of fantasy. Life is not a fantasy, ladies, and it's not perfect. Okay, I hope he's taking his own advice. I do, Bunny. Thank you. Let me see. When she gets 3, I'm saying I'm going to tap out. You guys, this is a lie. Okay, that's the fixture. Let me see. Trying to throw stones. Okay. Please don't leave black women alone. Please don't leave black women alone, sir. Please don't leave black women alone. I think you're saying leave black women alone. Oh, dang, sister. Dang. What up? You don't want me to have a black woman for real? Let me see. There's not one black woman who deserves the disaster her life will become after getting involved with you. Okay, well, okay. You know what? Everything is judged by its results, right? Right. I think that's important, right? Everything is judged by its results. So I tell you what, you keep watching, you keep it, and then we'll see what happens, okay? And then we'll see if you're woman enough to come back on and say, you know what, I was wrong about this brother. You know what I mean? Or you can say I was correct about this brother. So we'll see. They envy young women. Sorry, fact. This is facts. Listen, this is fact. I told y'all what the mother of my child did to my daughter. I told y'all. Like, and that was just a quick version. I'm telling y'all, she literally poisoned her own daughter because she didn't like me. She wanted to see her daughter fail. Like, you know what I'm saying? She set her up to fail. Okay. So this is facts. It happens. Did you find a victim? I mean, stepmom yet? Uh, well, she won't be a stepmom. Let me see, who's that? Natasha. Make sure I shout you out, Natasha. She definitely won't be a stepmom. She will be her mother. That's what that will be. And no, I'm definitely not looking for nobody victim. I haven't asked anybody for money. I haven't asked anybody for anything. I'm not looking for a place to stay. Okay, and I know that's the weird part to y'all, because y'all are like, wait a minute, this nigga, you'll say he trying to find someplace to stay. No, no, I'm literally about to get my own apartment. I don't move in with women. I get my own place. Okay. Like I said, there's circumstances that I could not get into about why we're here. I couldn't get into that. You know what I'm saying? I still cannot, because I'm still here. Once I'm finished with this, then I would explain on the live stream. Okay. But however, no, no, I'm not looking for a victim. I'm not looking to take advantage of a black woman. I'm not looking to drag a black woman. I'm not looking to molest, use, or I'm not looking for none of that. Okay. So no, I know you might think I am, but that's just not true. Let's see. We are not jealous when you don't want with the younger generation to go through what we went through. Mona Lisa, I hate that you went through what you went through, sister. I really do. Like, cause it really sounds like you really upset, sister. And you listen, and I'm gonna tell you something. I for one, cannot be responsible. I think Tupac said this. I don't know how to be responsible for what everybody else do. I don't even know how to be responsible for what I do. So I know how to be accountable for what I do. I don't know how to be accountable for what everybody else do. Right. And so when I'm thinking about these things, I'm thinking about it in terms of how can I get the best out of you, and not be beholden by your past. You know what I'm saying? And most men would see it the same way. And you know what I mean? And I want the best for you. I want to see you with a black man who you love and admire. However, you're gonna have to, well, you don't have to do anything. I hate to say when I say that. You don't have to do anything. However, a man of a certain stature is going to command that you do certain things, or you just won't be able to be in the picture. And that's just, that just depends on, you. The younger generation of women rather learn the hard lessons on their own, which is okay. But if you can help one young woman from ruining her life or going through unnecessary trauma, it's worth it. If we disagree there, none of your business. I give you credit when I do agree. I do not believe that learning hard lessons is okay. I believe that experience is not the best teacher. I believe that a wise man or woman learns from the mistakes of others, right? So I don't I would never want anybody to go through what I went through in order to get the lessons that I got. I would never want that. Right. And I don't want that now. And so I'm not going to push that message. I think that's silly. Not saying you're silly, respectfully. You know what I mean? I'm talking to a married woman, but you know what I'm saying? That's just what marriage is not a flex. That is crazy to me that you think that Mona Lisa makeup. That is crazy. That is the biggest flex. That is the biggest. There is nothing that is a bigger flex than a woman walking in to a room with a ring of significant cares with a Louis bag in her hand. And you know what I'm saying? And she got her husband by his arm. She got her, you know how they do it. They got like their arms like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Davis, table 2 is ready. See, you don't know nothing about that. You see what I'm saying? And you see what I'm saying? Like for real, that is a flex. When you walk into the store, and that's the excuse me, Mrs. Samuels, Mrs. Uh, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is absolutely, that's a flex. That is the flex. What? Like that is the flex. That, like, think about something, right? Think about the difference that I paid to none of your business. You know what I'm saying? After she said that she was married and her husband, there was automatically a different energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm talking to a married woman who deserves my respect. You know what I'm saying? So that absolutely, you know what I'm saying? That's a flex, sister. I hate that you think that. Let me see. I am 45 and have a daughter, 22. She's a college graduated and not ran through. So I know the info on my husband. And I give fact. Listen, none of your business. You're not gonna hear me. Listen. What did I just say? I'm giving you props. So I'm literally saying, you know what I'm saying? That I was literally just saying that we're basically the same age. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you won't get a edge word out of me edgewise. Where is the baby? I hope you're not still putting blue. Y'all so petty. Anytime you petty them, listen, that's that's Pedialyte, baby. Why you got dog a black man? Hold on, cause y'all just make me so mad. Hold on, man. Gee, man. This the one I just bought. This the just looking at. Okay. Like, dang, the times I'm gonna give my daughter blue Kool-Aid, and I give her probably like maybe of the um 3 or 4 parts of the Pedialyte, and then I fill up the rest 6 ounces with water. dog on it, man. Y'all is vicious, man. I love to see young women winning and valuing themselves. Facts, me too, no doubt about that. Oh, please, Natasha. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sanjeeva. Lord have mercy. Say, well, just get the address so you can pick up your boo and raise your bonus, baby. Already. Boy, dang, just ask like you play a cold game, man. Lord have mercy. Listen, y'all ain't learned nothing. Let me see. I have someone think that part. Look at you, that part. Said you think that of off an agreement. Okay. I can tell older women are still listen, Jay Royal in here cooking. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. You may not like the way she said, but listen, she has some points. She has some points. A lot of you women are old. When you women are older and you don't have husbands, you start to look around and then you start to try to have these Hail Mary babies. You start trying to, you know what I'm saying? Your life starts to fall apart because you start to look around and there's nobody there. It's just facts. You still working on grammar, lonely with a dog. I'm gonna still stunt. You can't tell anyone anything. Is that me, just that logic? I can't tell anyone anything? Or is that me? Okay, you may not. I don't know if that's me or not. I bet y'all thought I was single. How wrong. Building with the foundation we have, but thank you for being concerned. Facts. Look at Jay Warrior. Facts. See, look at that. She just was really adding. I got that. I got I was kind of picking up on that. Like she was absolutely with someone, but she just was kind of thinking, you know what I mean, whether she should focus on, what she had going on more. Girl, prioritize your man. Don't let your blessings walk out the door. Like for real. I'm at peace not having a man. Okay, listen. And Mona Lisa, there's going to be a lot of women that are going to have your perspective, right? And that's okay. I will ask you this, Mona Lisa. How old are you? Okay, and what part of the country are you from? Are you in the South? You in the East? You in the you know what I'm saying? You in the Midwest? Or, you know what I'm saying? West Coast. Tell me so I can because I have a comment for that. I'm saying I'm at peace not having a man. No one would ever mistake my comment for concern. Okay. Seriously, women have to be careful. Women are being unraveled unlived, at alarming rates, and children being caught in the crossfire. Men need to be held accountable. Multiple baby mothers are irresponsible. Well, I think there's some men being there is some issue, but when there's an issue with men being irresponsible, myself included. However, I will say this in this regard: these things don't happen without a woman's consent, and this is why there are because Kendra made the comment. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Kendra made the comment. She said that other men marry their babies' mothers. You know what I'm saying? Other races. What Kendra neglected to realize is there is no sex in those cultures without it. You know what I'm saying? So those women make it a priority. You know what I'm saying? Those women make and if black women made marriage a priority, then it would be a different circumstance altogether. So this is why I say that I hold most of the blame. If there was if there was a pie chart, right, the majority of that, I would say 80% would go 70, maybe 80%. I'm gonna go say 70, 75% would probably go to the women, just from the standpoint of they are the ones who control sex. They control who's born. Besides past conception. Y'all know I'm not lying. A man has no control in this country past conception. Once a baby is conceived, he has nothing. Well, he could want the child, and she could decide that, you know what I'm saying, she doesn't want it, and she could unalive the child, right? So, and then she could decide to not let him see the child, and then he has to fight, and then he has to jump through hoops. And so she could take the child and leave the state. And I mean, so that's what I'm saying. So all of this stuff favors women. It all does. You know what I mean? So women have to do a better job with keeping their legs closed. That's what I'll tell my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Keep your legs closed. Keep your legs closed. When Pac say, keep your legs closed, head up, eyes open. Either red rubber or you die smoking. Let me see. Jay World, the new stepmom, Natasha Terrible, said it's okay if you think so, sis. That's why you here listening. Well, y'all can't listen. Y'all can't get her. No, I'm a supporter who at home building as a wife. She be cooked. You know what? Hey, listen, y'all better quit playing with her. She too quick. She's too quick. Stop. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's certain people you need to leave alone. At certain times you got to realize you outmatched. This sister is one. Y'all playing with the wrong one. She got the smoke. That's why you are trying to get advice from a man when you already have one. Okay, Jay. Well, you're a wife talking to another man online. Okay, Jay Royal. Me and him are listening. Actually, legend. Join the line. See, you can't see what I mean. Y'all keep running. I just told y'all leave this girl alone. What she said she was a wife. Go get him, boo. Stay in your guy's lane. We all here for Gizmo. Gizmo is asleep. Gizmo is asleep. Me and my man are listening, and he laughing at y'all singing. Ooh. Jay Royal looking for a second husband. Your husband a freak. Y'all petty, man. Natasha, no, you was born that way. Boy, again, you concerned, go get your bonus baby. If you have control a woman and dictate and she says what she does, this is your problem. This is your problem. No one is your property. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. My wife is my property. I'm gonna tell you that. I've said that. Like I don't run from that. When I say that, I mean that. You know what I mean? And that may once again, that's just for me. I'm not a man. You know what I'm saying? But that's I want my woman to know. Like, listen, this man is serious about me. That my man loves me. You know what I'm saying? He loves me dearly. And you know what I mean? And that's what that is. Okay. So yeah, that's very important to me. I'm very territorial in that regard, and most men are. Let's see. Let's gang. I know you guys aren't here for me. Y'all can't mess with her, man. That baby needs her white mom. Well, I wish she had her. You know what I'm saying? But she doesn't, unfortunately. So you do the best you can. Most y'all fathers didn't raise y'all. I get it. That's facts. Some people in here are listening for entertainment, not advice. That's true. That's true. I think Gizmo needs some positive women role model in her life. I want to step up and be her fairy godmother. Facts, great success. I would love to. I would absolutely love to have it. I need all of the help I can get. Figgy will drop the number, the link again, the number, and then you stay in contact. And you know what I'm saying? We work something out. Because we listen or judge. Take care, beautiful people. After this live, y'all can't mess with her, man. She be. What are you smoking? Yes, I'm black. You should not just trust these weirdo women with your kid. Women giving money to men they don't know are most likely crazy. I'm not crazy. Let me see. Let me see. They trying to teach young women this Jay Royal, but was throwing shade at me. Backwards facts. Sit this one out, then respectfully tell you this with love. Girl, you was throwing shade first. I want to see us all win. Jay Royal really going somewhere. Jay Royal, you speaking like a wife. I don't really see you having a problem, being able to get keep a man. I think you're gonna be a great wife. Us black women need to stick together. The pick me's can stay. Now, see, this is now. Now we're getting to some interesting conversation. When you called her a pick me, I was just literally saying today, this is funny, this is amazing. What we all play sports at some level of some life. I mean, even if you didn't play sports, ladies, you were involved in the spelling bee or you were involved in debate class. Who doesn't want to be picked? Like this notion, this is some of the stupid stuff that black people say. Like it's the weirdest stuff in my life. I swear to God, not calling you stupid, but the statement itself. Who does not want to be picked? Lorna, I do. So you mean so the fact that you would not want to be picked by a man who you admire and respect is crazy to me. Like that, like it makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. Um, Single fathers and mothers both need to be mindful of the company they keep. If more men were responsible and stayed out of prison, wouldn't have so many incarcerated men and sons or step parents. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of socioeconomic reasons that are involved in there. Um, None of your business. There's a lot of socioeconomic. That's a whole rabbit hole, right? That's a whole rabbit hole that I really don't want to go down because this will turn this conversation, you know what I'm saying, on its head. However, I will save that for another day, and we can have that debate. But I trust and believe you me, it's not just as simple as that. Logic, I'm gonna dismiss you. Okay, you're not getting to me. Jay Royal, shout out to you. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, black men, stop texting letter K. That's for women. I said it on live. Women text K. Men text O and a K or OKAY. Do not text K. It's gay. You should dismiss yourself. Uh, Notice how, because I agreed, I wanted to be the next option for him. Meanwhile, I have a starting family. I have a starting family home. Okay. Yeah, I can't mess with. Let me see. This that's actually funny as shit. Natasha Control. She got me laughing. How old are you? That the baby is happy. Yeah, Gizmo always happy and healthy. I love y'all about prioritize as long as you can take care and protect your child. That's all I care about. The new mom knows what she's getting herself into. Oh yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a black man who's experienced some things, and I've learned a lot. And so, I think that there needs to be structure. That's all. The baby is too cute. Hopefully, her mom gets a chance to be in her life one day because she's missing out on so many milestones. I can't imagine not raising a child. I can facts. I hope she gets it together too. Because I was just talking about that. I would never want to deny her the opportunity. However, she got to get herself together. You know what I'm saying? She gotta. But my new woman won't have those problems because I'm going to let it be known. This is what being a man and leader looks like. Because I'll have a conversation. Look here, baby girl. This is this. This is that. This is what's expected. This is what's not expected. You have not been around. This is what's going on. If you decide to be a part of it, that's great. If you don't, great. But it's not gonna. You're not gonna call me coming here causing no problems for my woman. My woman don't do no fighting. I fight for her. Cooking. You hear me? Let me see. I want to join the live and show it all. They funny. I give it to him. Absolutely. How can I support? Send anything. The SMD. Oh, shout out to Yana. Yana put the shout out to Yana. She put the cash app in the shout out to you, J Roy. Thank you very much. How old are you? Serious question. Is that for me? I'm 44. If that's for me. Uh obviously I'm 44. I'll be 45 May 3rd. I got a birthday coming up. Shout out to no, I didn't never really celebrate birthday. I never really was in a place to really celebrate a lot of birthdays and stuff like that. So hope yes, I'm 44. I'll be 45 May 3rd. May 3rd is my birthday. Yes, indeed. Yes. So yes, here's the truth. I finally caught up with y'all. Lord have mercy. Let me see why you skipped my count. I probably didn't see it. I apologize. We all want to know if the mom is on. Okay, I didn't see that, Natasha. I don't. I don't. I'll try to do as best I could. Is her mother? Well, she goes in and out. She goes. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes she is. Sometimes she. I don't really know because I'm not there. You know what I'm saying. And she. And like I said, once again, I don't want to drag anybody. Right. She has some substance abuse issues. She has some issues that she needs to overcome. And unfortunately, I had to make the decision. You know what I mean? Was I going to let her drag us down, or was I going to, make a decision? You know what I'm saying? To excuse me, give my daughter an opportunity that she wouldn't have had otherwise. So I made the choice that I made. So. And besides, I wasn't doing nothing there anyway. You know what I'm saying? That was positive. You know what I'm saying? I was doing, what I was doing. So, you know what I mean? I was just, eventually my daughter would have ended up in the system. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. There was nobody else to take her. There was nobody else to care about her. She doesn't have grandparents, as y'all know. She doesn't have siblings or anything like a grandparent, aunts and uncles and stuff like that. So I'm trying to create a whole new environment for her. I'm trying to create a whole new system for her. You know what I mean? And give her people that are going to care about her and love her and, what I'm saying, treat her good and things of that nature. So that's what I hope to do. Now I done cooked. I need to let's see, it's 9. Let me see, 9. We got 19 people in the chat. We got 13 likes. Okay. I think this is probably a good place to end this thing. I went an hour and 20 minutes over. Shout out to Black Bum. Jade, is that for me? Am I a black bum? Is that I don't know if that's for me, Jade. Is that comment for me? And if this will be my last. I'll give you an opportunity to type why, what you think, and then I'll respond, and then we'll end this live. I'll give Jade an opportunity, and then like I said, shout out to Fixer. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be back on Tuesday. Tuesday, I think 8 was the time she decided. I think it was 8. You know what I'm saying? I think it was 8 o'clock. So 8 was the time she decided I'm gonna take care of Gizmo, get her together, because I've been on with y'all a little bit too long. Hold on, Gizmo. She laying on a book. Hold on. Get off that book. What are you doing? No. All right. Okay. Well, I guess that's okay. I was trying to get Jade an opportunity to respond, but I don't think she will. Give her an opportunity to say what she needs to say. Black Bum. Well, listen, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for stopping in Gizmo the Goon, hosted by Figgy. Thank y'all for cooking with me. What I'm saying? Y'all saw the cash app. I appreciate whatever. Doesn't really particularly matter to me. I don't do this for money at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it for I'm doing it because that's what it is. Because it's kind of my passion for real. So you go live once a week only. Well, that's the whole thing. Still trying to work it out. Still trying to work it out. I think Tuesdays are gonna Tuesdays at 8. I think it's gonna be something. Not quite sure how things are gonna work out. We'll see. But shout out to the people that stopped in. Shout out to y'all for sticking around. Shout out to y'all. I wish everybody the best. Let me see. I'm trying to cash apps and I'm pouring out and it keeps airing out. Oh wow, that would be good. Oh wow, that would be a blessing. Oh, just fast now. Trying to. Oh wow, that would be. The it keeps airing out. It's a dollar sign. Well, I don't like. Oh, Lord have mercy. That put like this. That would be great because then I would be able to, bless Figgy. Figgy puts a lot of work into this stuff. She really does. And that's things aren't always just Garyana just tapped it in. That's Mr. Just Passing. That would be a blessing that'd be overwhelming. I'm saying? That would really help. I'm saying? So that would be great because I would like to be able to show her, you know what I mean? You take care of people that help you, right? And like I said, it's never perfect. It's never exactly what it should be, and I like to always show, appreciation for the people that help me because a man doesn't do anything alone. No man is not unto himself. You do have an Instagram? No, I don't. Great success. I was just being told that I probably should create one. I have a TikTok thing, but like I said, I don't know. I don't know how to do this stuff. Yes, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. This just Gizmo and the Goon. This is Gizmo and the Goon. And that's, what I'm saying? And that's how that goes. Shout out to everybody, what I'm saying, for tapping in. I can't thank y'all enough. And hopefully, listen, I'm serious, y'all. There's a piece of me that really wants to be able to be a benefit to my community. There's really wants to be a benefit, uh, in some way, shape, or form because I've taken so much in some way. So I really want to be able to help. And I know that a lot of times some people may find me distasteful, right? And maybe but like I always say, I think I told this before. I said that it's either one or two things. A man should either be a woman should be repulsed by him, or she should be extremely turned on. You know what I'm saying? But I think the worst thing for a man is indifference. So I never strive for indifference. I always strive to be the man that I want to be. You know what I'm saying? And I let chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people that didn't agree with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to the people that did support me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you as well. Thank y'all for tuning in to Gizmo and the Goon, hosted by Figgy. I'm gonna, get undressed. I put this stuff on just for y'all because I believe in presentation. You know what I'm saying? So I do these things, just for y'all. Stay tapped in. Please hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? And spread the message. Let them know that it's a new sheriff in town. Awesome setting, So be it.